evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us, and welcome to Game Night on the Region Sports Network. We come to you tonight from Valparaiso High School as the Region Sports Network presents live video coverage of Indiana high school football as the Merrillville Pirates visit the Valparaiso Vikings. I'm Leo Staudaher, and I'll have the play-by-play for all of tonight's action. And joining me with the color analysis of tonight's game is Jay Simmons. Good evening, Jay. It's Week 7, and it's homecoming at Valparaiso. We have a large crowd on hand as the Vikings try to play spoiler against the Pirates.
Yes, we do. We have Valparaiso coming in at 1-5. I'm walking through the parking lot. I'm thinking I'm coming up to a 6-0 team. The energy in the parking lot was exciting. People playing bags, cooking out. I was like, what is going on here? Valparaiso has come out to support their team, and we may have an upset special here tonight.
There's plenty of fans wearing green here today to pack the place, as we mentioned the 1-5 Valparaiso Vikings, 1-3 in Duneland play, also looking for their first win at home. They have lost their last 3. They fell last week to Crown Point, while the Pirates on the other side, 4-2 on the year, number 2 in our RSN poll. They are 3-1 in Duneland play. They are 1-1 away from home. So this is only their third road game of the year, trying to take on the Vikings here in front of what is a energetic crowd on homecoming Friday.
To say the least. And the energy again for these teams, it seems like every year they're in different sectionals and they always clash at the regional. So if somebody gets the boot on the throat here tonight, they're going to keep on crushing that throat, because they're going to set the tone for if they meet back in sectionals. So, but I think it's going to be a fight out there tonight.
And you mentioned that going back to the last 4 matchups, they met in Week 7 in 2023. At that point, Valparaiso, the defending state champions, they defeated Merrillville 26-24 in what was a close, nail-biting matchup. Then in the regionals, Merrillville got back at them 24-20. If you remember that one, that's when the Pirates stopped the Vikings on 4th and goal to end the game. So the Pirates made it down to semi-state that year. And then last year, 2 meetings again. In Week 7, the Pirates won 35-7, and in regionals, the Pirates won 48-14. So now Valpo trying to flip the script on a team that's beat them 3 out of the last 4 matchups.
Hey, I had a perfect lead-in for you, Leo, right there. But yeah, you're right. Valpo's got to have to play the spoiler, and they're going to have to play the perfect game tonight. They're going to have to make all the tackles. They're going to have to get all the first downs. They're going to have to keep that high-powered Merrillville offense off the field, averaging 33 points in the last 3 games, 44, 44, and 38. So they are on fire, clicking offensively. Defensively, Merrillville just flies to the ball. Valparaiso, defensively, they are giving up 25 points a game. They're going to really have to stifle this running game of the Merrillville Pirates.
And this is kind of one of those matchups where you can kind of throw the records out when you look at these 2 teams. Even Merrillville with their 2 losses to Crown Point and Loyola Academy out of Illinois. Those are 2 dominant programs, so you can't take 4-2 lightly. And even for Valparaiso, losses to the aforementioned Crown Point Bulldogs, to Penn, to Chicago Brother Rice. Those are some tough teams they've faced as well. So even on that 1-5 record, you still have to take them very seriously.
Yes, if Valpo comes out and they're like throwing the ball all over the place. Usually your Valparaiso, Coach Marshall likes to 3 yards on a cloud of dust. He likes to establish that running game. Now all of a sudden this year they are throwing the ball all over the field. So it's like a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde team from this year to last year. They lost a lot of guys on that offensive line, so they're a little bit smaller. So they're going to have to try and throw it all over the place. And Merrillville's going to be bringing the heat tonight.
So we
defensively
will continue to preview this Duneland Conference matchup between the Valparaiso Vikings and the Merrillville Pirates. The pre-game show moves along. Well, first we'll take a look at the Vikings of Valparaiso. That's coming up next. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
At Strachan Van Til, we believe grocery shopping should be simple. Now, shopping is easier than ever with our new and improved website. Find what you need fast. Browse your favorite products, add them to your cart, and check out in just a few quick steps. Choose between convenient in-store pickup or let us handle the heavy lifting. From our shelves to your doorstep, skip the lines, shop your way, and spend more time on what matters most. With our rewards program, enjoy incredible savings and personalized offers every time you shop. Shop online now at strachanvantil.com or download our app today.
Hi, I'm Crowd Company's Lantern Man. If you're a contractor, it's my job to make your insurance coverage simple and affordable. Because I know time is money, I'll come to your business. Certificates and bonds are a snap. Wherever you are, whatever business you're in, we've got you covered. As Crowell Companies Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Companies, insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
From lighting up Friday Night Football to powering the classrooms that shape the students of Lake County, IBEW Local 697 is proud to support our region's schools and the communities we call home. A career as a union electrician could be your next great move. Your next cap might be a hard hat. IBEW Local 697, powering futures, powering the region.
Back at Valparaiso High School, getting you closer to kickoff. Leo Stauder, Jay Simmons, and now we'll take a look at the Valparaiso Vikings. 1-5 on the year, 1-3 in dueling play. They will be led at the quarterback position by Kellen Hosek, in terms of yards, one of the top passers in the area. And you've mentioned it, this is a Valparaiso offense that has changed their identity a little bit. In the past couple of years when you had Thomas Berta and Davis the season before him, it was a run-heavy offense.
Yes, it was.
Now this is a Valpo team that puts the ball in the air a lot. And we saw that maybe not go their way last week with the 8 turnovers in the game. So certainly one of the keys tonight will be protecting the football.
Yep, well, protecting Hosek. He's got to be able to stay in the pocket and stand vertical, because that pass rush for Merrillville is going to be coming quickly. They're going to rush 5-6 guys. They're going to go man over the top. So he's going to have to get rid of the ball quickly. On the season, Kellen is 116 for 211 attempts, 1,137 yards, 6 touchdowns, but 12 interceptions. You don't like that touchdown-to-interception ratio to be reversed.
Take a look at some of the other tools around Hosek. You have Gage Finley at running back. We've seen him a little bit at receiver the last couple of years, now taking over that running back role after Berta graduated. And then James Parisi, Chase Lovig, Mateo Machici, and Sam Bernard make up a receiving group. And this was a Valpo team when they're firing well. One of their strengths is they can mix up a lot of the targets between those 4 receivers and get creative with that offensive play calling. Yeah,
between those receivers, the three of them, you mentioned they've all got over 20 catches, with James Parisi leading the group with 34 catches, 351 yards, 2 touchdowns. And Chase Long, 23 catches, 322 yards, and 3 touchdowns. It's like they flipped the switch, with 1,200 yards passing, 500 yards rushing on the season. It's reversed. And you talked about the big banging backs that they've had before. You got Gage Finley, 5'11", 188. That's not the kind of guy that's going to really knock somebody down. On the season, he's 66 carries, 267 yards, and 4 TDs rushing.
Then defensively, there's some familiar names there for Valparaiso. Ben Fedorchak, the longtime starting linebacker, leading the crew with 51 tackles. You have Dean Papakronis, another multi-year starter at the defensive line. Brody Wheeler and Aiden Neal is another one of those players at the defensive backfield who has made a lot of tackles this season.
Yeah, that defensive line for Valparaiso, very undersized. Going across the board, you're looking at about 220 across the board average. So it's a small but very quick, very aggressive defensive line. They're going to have to blitz some linebackers, shoot some gaps, and try and play the riverboat gambler here a little bit on defense.
So those are the Vikings of Valparaiso. They will be looking to try to play spoiler against a tough Merrillville team on their home field, homecoming night in Valpo. When we come back, we'll take a look at the Pirates of Merrillville. So stick around. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
With electrical services from Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, you can radiate the perfect amount of light and energy into your home. From rewiring and code upgrades to ceiling fans, lighting, security, and more, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling's trained electricians will make sure you can enjoy your home on full power all the time. For a free estimate on electrical work, call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling at 219-923-4441, and you can visit them on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com. That's the number 4ajobdoneright.com.
Moments before kickoff here at Valparaiso, the Vikings and Pirates about to hit the field. So the Pirates of Merrillville, number 2 in our region sports poll, 4-2 on the year, 3-1 in Duneland play. The only blemish in conference play was against Crown Point. They have won their last 3 since that defeat against the Bulldogs. 38-0 against LaPorte, 44-7 at Michigan City, and 44-23 over Portage. And now we see the Vikings taking the field, more on the Bulldogs in the moment. So we'll get ready for the pregame intro here.
Oh, yeah, here they come.
We'll take a look over to the far end zone, too. I think we might see a little bit of a fireworks show tonight as well. Always one of the perks about calling a game at Valparaiso.
Yes, it is. It's always a great, and you know what? Now that the sun has set a little bit later in the season, it's even better looking. You know, real quick, Michael Hill for Merrillville, 125 completions on 189 attempts, 1,710 yards, 16 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. So he has flipped the script on touchdowns to interception ratio.
It's kind of like what we've talked about with Valpo, is Merrillville team historically very run-heavy, but now they've added that passing element. But here come the Vikings, and there are the fireworks.
Let's nice job with the fireworks.
How about that for a pregame intro?
And we got J.Q. Johnson for the Merrillville Pirates, 62 carries, 495 yards, 6 touchdowns. He's the leading running back. And, you know, Michael Hill, he's got 43 carries, 252 yards, 3 touchdowns rushing. I mean, that's your quarterback and running back right there. Those are some pretty darn good numbers.
And we will have the playing of the national anthem, so we will join that as well. Then we will continue to preview the Pirates here on, as you're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
A beautiful rendition right there by, looks like the Valparaiso High School Choir.
So a great pregame intro between the fireworks, the anthem. We are ready for football here at Valparaiso. So let's check out the forecast too. The Friday night forecast is brought to you by our friends at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. Tonight's forecast, it is 76 degrees here in Valpo. One of those days where it was very unseasonably warm for October.
Yes.
Not what you expect for the Week 7 weather, but we'll take it as there are wind gusts up to 7 miles per hour as well. There's no rain in the forecast. The sun has set, so we are in store for some good conditions this evening. That's the Friday night forecast brought to you by Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, keeping you cool in the summer and cozy in the winter. You see the captains getting ready for the coin toss as Valparaiso wearing their all-green uniforms, green helmets with white face masks, green jerseys with black sleeves, white numbers on front and back, green pants to complete the outfit. Merrillville wearing their purple helmets with black face masks, white decals on either side of the helmet, white jerseys with purple numbers, black and purple stripes on the sleeves, and then white pants with black and purple stripes down the side.
Well, it looks like the head official's explaining what's going on out there, and let's see what we've got here. Merrillville won the toss and wants to receive, so they want that high-powered offense on the field. Let's continue talking about that high-powered offense. You got Cameron Jordan, another one of the running backs. He's got 36 catches, 488 yards, 4 touchdowns, rushing them all, 37 carries, 272 yards and 1 touchdown. Boy, that's a powerful backfield between the three.
And that's what I was going to say is what's different about the Merrillville offense this year. Last year, it was Johnson and Jordan both being used as traditional running backs. They each rushed for over 1,000 yards, 10-plus touchdowns. Now they've made an adjustment to that offense, using Jordan as that hybrid receiver and running back role, and that's made them that much more dynamic, as you have to prepare for him in a variety of ways. It's hard to get a defensive back lined up against him.
You got Michael Smoot, 36 catches, 583 yards, 8 touchdowns.
This is a Quintel kickoff. This kickoff and all kickoffs are presented by Quintel Incorporated, handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country since 1994. Trevor Faulkner, the senior, will look to drive this one deep from right to left on your screens. Back to return for the Pirates is Curtis Walker and Cameron Jordan.
Well, we need to talk to the AD here. It's 7:04. I thought his kickoff was at 7. Come on, let's get with the program here.
Well, it's a rolling start. It's homecoming. You got the fireworks. You see that at the NFL, a 7 o'clock kickoff. That means 7:20, 7:25. Maybe. Faulkner steps into his kick, and we are underway. It twirls towards the end zone. It will be returned from the 5. Jordan tries to rumble forward. He shakes off a pair of tacklers, keeps going to the 24, where he is eventually halted. So that will bring out the Merrillville offense, led by Michael Hill at quarterback. J.Q. Johnson and Cameron Jordan also will join him in the backfield. Rynell Lewis is the tight end. Rayshawn Shelley, Darnell Bowles, and Michael Smoot make up the receiving core. Aaron White, Jalen Carter, Jamal Cherry, Tremaine Hemingway, and Josh Coulter make up the offensive line from left to right. So Hill will have 3 receivers to his left, 1 Bowles on the right side. Johnson will be in the backfield with him, and we have a early interruption from the officials. And they're checking up on the equipment of Darnell Bowles. He
does not have his knees covered. They are very adamant about that. Making sure the knees are covered.
So Curtis Walker will take his place, and he quickly makes sure his knees are covered as he steps up to the line. It's nothing worse than being the guy brought in for the guy out of uniform. As it'll be a keeper for Hill. He will squeak through the middle of the line. He has room to go at the 40. Keeps powering forward, crossing midfield to the 30. 35, 20, 15, 10 to the goal line. Michael Hill takes the first play from scrimmage all the way to the house, and the Pirates will strike first.
Wow, untouched. Boy, he made a great hand fake right up the middle. and just accelerated through the secondary all the way down. Well, I didn't even get the mark of the ball. Where was it at?
It was at the 23, so 77 yards to pay dirt for Hill.
That is lightning in a bottle right there.
That's why they elected to receive off the kickoff, I guess.
Well, he adds to his 252 yards carrying the ball right there. Now he's well over 300.
Benito Gonzalez sends the extra point through the uprights, so only a few seconds into this game, and the Pirates lead 7-0. We'll see how the Vikings respond. So stick around. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I've received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
Calling all current and future homeowners in the Northwest Indiana area. Whether you're buying or selling, Brent Wright is here to make your real estate journey smooth and successful. With years of experience, personalized service, and a deep knowledge of the market, Brent will help you find the perfect place or get the best deal for your property. Call today at 219-406-7195 and take the first step towards your real estate goals. Contact Brent Wright, the right way to buy and sell real estate.
This kickoff and all kickoffs are presented by Quintel Incorporated, handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country since 1994. So after an early 77-yard touchdown from Michael Hill, the Merrillville Pirates lead over the Vikings of Valparaiso 7-0 with 11 minutes and 38 seconds remaining in the opening quarter. Benito Gonzalez will look to drive this one from left to right. James Parisi is back to return for the Vikings. Gonzalez, it'll be a squib kick, and it'll be Wheeler who gets there. We'll take a look at that touchdown from Hill again.
How about it? Hill just a little fake right there. The linebacker steps up and just misses completely. The linebacker to the outside takes the runner, and he just dashes 77 yards on the play. That gives him 392 yards rushing on the season.
Kellen Hosek takes his troops onto the field. Gage Finley joins him in the running back. At running back, James Parisi, Chase Lovig, Matteo Machici, and Sam Bernard make up the receiving group. On the line from left to right, Caleb Haslat, David Castile, Jake Lape, Jacob McGiesi, and Rigby Gora. It'll be a run play to start things off for the Vikings, and Finley will power forward for a handful of yards.
It looks like about second and about 4 or 5. Finley, not a big power back, not a big in-between the tackles guy. He likes to get that ball and runs to the outside, but this offense of Valparaiso really has to settle everything down. They just got whiplashed, and now just settle things down, get some first downs.
It's another handoff to Finley. He slices to the left side of the line, continues to drive forward, gets tripped up across midfield. That was Horton with the tackle, and it'll be close to the first down marker. Makes it third and manageable for the Vikings.
Yeah, Horton just slammed Gage to the ground. But again, a nice run right there for the Valparaiso Vikings, spreading the ball out, inside out. See if they can get the first down here.
So third and about a yard to go. Hosek and Finley in the gun. Hand off to Finley. He dives through the line. He has some room, but gets clipped at the 45 and stumbles forward. He got hit at the shoulder level and then just twirled forward. He might have had room to go.
Yeah, free safety Greggs Hughes came up from his free safety position, just like bumped into him, and Finley fell down. The way both offenses are going, did anybody tell the defenses to get to the field yet?
That first down is brought to you by Four Seasons Mechanical in Merrillville. Visit them at the web at fourseasonsmechanical.com. Motion right. Hosek looks right to pass. He lofts one in the air where it's reeled in, and he's met by a trio of Pirates after picking up a couple of yards.
That looks like that was James Parisi on the catch right there.
So Parisi picks up a couple as the Vikings move it to the 41. 9:47 left to play in the quarter.
Boy, both offenses are clicking right now.
So that's important for the Vikings after giving up that long rushing touchdown to now try to answer with points on this drive. They'll split 2 receivers out to the left, 1 to the right. Finley beside Hosick in the shotgun. It's a handoff to Finley, but he is met in the backfield and loses his lid. Stanley Freeman, the first Pirate to get to Finley.
Yeah, it looks like Merrillville just slanted right into the play, and Freeman just leveled Gage Finley. Ouch. And he's going to have to come out for a play because he lost his helmet.
So we'll see Cooper Gear, the freshman, step in at running back to the huddle. He had 55 yards in that LaPorte game, including a touchdown out of the Wildcat formation. So we'll see how they get him involved. He'll stand to the left of Hosick. 3 receivers will be out to the left. Hosick tries the hard count, steps back to pass, scans right, lets one fly, and it goes to the sideline of the Pirates. He had to brace for contact as he had a couple of purple helmets barreling towards him.
Yeah, number 51, Stanley Freeman, just a bull rush straight up the field, pushed the offensive tackle right into Hosick, and just he had nowhere to go, couldn't step into his throw, and just threw the ball out of bounds.
So that will bring out the punt unit for the Vikings. Trevor Faulkner will look to send it back deep, and Warren Brown will return for the Pirates. Brown had a punt return touchdown against Michigan City a couple of weeks ago, so you have to watch for him in the return game. Faulkner floats it in the air towards the 10. It will bounce inside the 10 and to the end zone for a touchback.
Yeah, if I'm Valparaiso, anytime I'm kicking off or punting, I'm punting the ball out of bounds. I'm squib kicking. The last thing you want to do is have somebody with that speed getting the ball in an open field that Merrillville has.
So we will see what the Pirates have up their sleeve for their second offensive possession. The first one, a 77-yard drive that took about 15 seconds of time to end up in the end zone. Defensively for the Vikings, Dean Papakronis, Ryan Cheek, Cameron Asbell, and Connor Haynes make up the defensive line. Brody Wheeler, Evan Courtney, Ethan Poisel, and Ben Fedorchak make up the linebackers. We'll have the secondary after this play. Johnson to the left of Hill. It will be a keeper to the left. Hill rolls to that left side, turns the corner, gets to the 35, keeps going, and will be angled out of bounds around the 45. So Michael Hill adds with the quarterback keeper there to what is already an impressive rushing day on just 2 carries.
Yeah, it looks like he picked up about 27 yards on that play. He is picking up chunks of yards on each play. Now Merrillville going to no huddle.
Following the Four Seasons Mechanical first down, the Pirates will head to the line. They will hand it to J.Q. Johnson. He will scurry to the right side of the line and is met near the line of scrimmage at the 45. No gain on the play.
Man, I don't know why you just don't let Michael Hill carry the ball. He's carrying it with 77 and 27 yards on his first 2 carries.
J.Q. Vernado, Aiden Needles, and Nick Fry make up the secondary for the Vikings. They'll now put Jordan and Johnson in the backfield with Hill. It's a handoff to Johnson. He roams to the right side of the line, gets to the 50, and is sent out of bounds. So he picks up some yardage to make it 3rd and about 5 for the Pirates.
And nice job on that right side of the offensive line for the Merrillville Pirates, sealing everybody off to the inside, allowing the running back to pick up some nice yards, making it 3rd and manageable. Again, no huddle.
So Jordan will be in the backfield with Hill. Everybody close to the line. The ball's at the right hash mark. It'll be a keeper for Hill. He has room along the left side. He crosses the 45 to the 40 and will step out of bounds. Fry was the closest Viking to him, just forced him away. But Hill picks up another Four Seasons Mechanical first down.
Yeah, what's he doing? He only picked up 17 yards on that play. His average is really dropping.
On his 3rd carry of the game, he is already over 100 yards rushing. And he will be in the backfield here. So again, quick tempo for the Pirates. A trio of receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Hill will look to pass. Scans his options. Sends one towards Jordan. He will not be able to reel it in. Broken up by Fry.
Fry did a nice job closing on that play. Hill thrown that ball just way late. If Hill would have thrown that ball a split second sooner, he would have been able to hit his receiver in stride, and Fry would have never been able to catch up. But the receiver had to stop and wait for the ball.
So 2nd and 10 for the Pirates. 7:49 left to play in the quarter. Merrillville leads 7-0. 2 running backs in the backfield with Hill. He will hand it off to Jordan. He goes to the left, tries to shake past a tackler, but is twisted down near the Merrillville sideline.
Yeah, nice job right there. Looks like Evan Courtney, number 9 on the tackle, did a great open field tackle on a good running back. So big 3rd down here. The bell tolls for the Valparaiso defense.
It'll be 3rd and 7 from the 29.
Yeah, this is going to be 4-down territory for the Pirates.
Keeper for Hill. He's looking for room on the right side of the line. Goes to the 30. Keeps pushing forward. Gets to the 20. And sent out of bounds. He had Fedorchuk giving chase on that play.
His average weight dropping. Now only 9 yards that time.
Well, did what he had to do there. Got the Four Seasons Mechanical 1st down. So it'll be a new set of downs for the Pirates. The ball will be just past the 20. Motion left. It's a pop pass to Hill, to Jordan. He takes it and is slammed down by Courtney.
Yeah, Courtney, 2 plays in a row with some nice tackles. Well, he came up and just leveled them right at the line of scrimmage. I should say 2 out of the last 3 plays. Again, Merrillville just love the speed of the offense.
So no gain on the play. The Pirates will head back to the line. Jordan and Johnson will be in the backfield with Hill. 1 man to the right, 2 to the left. Vikings looking to defend. Johnson takes the handoff, surges through the middle of the line and gets to the 9-yard line. Gets the 1st down for the Pirates.
It looks like it's going to be 3rd and about a half a yard.
So it'll be 3rd and short from the 10. Handoff to Johnson. He lowers the shoulders, tries to push forward. The Vikings swarm to him. Did he get it?
Looks like, yeah, he's going to be marked down at about the 8-yard line. So it's going to be 1st and goal from the 8 for the Pirates.
So that 1st down is brought to you by Four Seasons Mechanical in Merrillville. 6 minutes, 15 seconds left to play in the opening quarter. 1st and goal from the 9. 3-man backfield for the Pirates. Hill at quarterback, Jordan and Johnson to either side. At the running backs, Hill will pass, fires a strike, but an incompletion forced by the Vikings.
Yeah, it looks like number 5 for the Vikings came up and made the tackle or knocked the pass down.
Gio Garcia Juarez with the pass breakup.
Yeah, I didn't see him on our playlist here, but good job, Leo, picking up the slack for me.
That's why I keep the roster close by. So 2nd and goal from the 9. Hill and Johnson in the backfield. It'll be a keeper for Hill. Pump fakes, looking to pass, floats in the backfield, and then elevates one towards the pylon and out of play. So the incompletion brings up 3rd down. Well
covered by the Valparaiso defense. Hanging strong here on 3rd down, or the first 2 downs and goal. Great job. Had somebody in the quarterback's face, had all the receivers covered. The bad thing about a rollout at the goal line is you cut your field into a quarter right there, and it's much easier to cover, whereas if you stay in the middle of the pocket, you got that whole end zone to cover. It's much more difficult.
3rd and goal from the 9. The Vikings need a stop. The home crowd making some noise. Hill in the shotgun.
Fumble.
The ball pops out, and the Vikings pounce on it. Valparaiso gets the turnover on 3rd and goal. The defensive line was able to get there.
Michael Hill and I don't know who the running back was.
That was Johnson.
Johnson, just a bad exchange between the 2 of them. Ball hits the ground, and Valparaiso comes up with a big stand for the Vikings right there. The home crowd loving it.
So we will try to. Dean Papakronis recovered the fumble. The defensive end, the junior, gets a big stop for the Vikings, and now we'll see Hosick and the Valparaiso offense deep on their end of the field. 5:48 to go. They'll look to drive this one 91 yards for pay dirt. They put a receiver in motion, hand it off to Finley. He rolls to the left side of the line. He keeps going to the 25 and tripped up at the 30. Gage Finley with the huge carry on 1st down.
Yeah, 35, 36 yards. Oh, now they moved it back 3 yards. I thought they were going to mark it at about 35, so about a 33-yard gain. Big play for Valpo, getting themselves out of the back of their own goal line.
Following the Four Seasons Mechanical first down, Hosick in the shotgun with Finley. Finley will cut to the left side of the line, spins and leaps forward to the 39. So Gage Finley heating up here for the Vikings.
Yeah, the offensive line doing a great job creating some seams for Finley to get through and pick up some nice gains. Merrillville defense showing a little weakness against the running game.
2nd and 4 for the Vikings. They head to the line. Ball's near the left hash mark. Hand off to Finley. He's looking for some room at the line. Tries to react and...
Looks like it's going to be 3rd down and 1 for the Vikings. Big conversion down for the Vikings here.
So 3rd and short for Valparaiso. We'll see what they are able to cook up here. Their defense answered in a big way after Merrillville was driving downfield, forcing the turnover. Now you want to end this one with points. Hosick trying to get the Pirates to jump offside. In the pistol, creeps towards the line. He's going to have to snap it in the next 8 seconds. One receiver to the far right. It's a keeper for Hosick. He cuts to the left side of the line, turns the corner, and gets the first down.
Nice job. Great read there by Hosick. Drawing that defensive line, everybody in, and then popping it to the outside and picking up the first down. Took a little bit of a slide there. Just don't know why he just didn't run out of bounds.
It's another Four Seasons Mechanical first down, brought to you by our friends at Four Seasons Mechanical in Merrillville. Visit them on the web at fourseasonsmechanical.com. Hosick, 145 yards rushing on the season and 1 touchdown entering tonight. Adds to that total. Takes the snap, gives it to Finley. Finley looking for some room along the left side, keeps breaking through a couple of tacklers, and is knocked down near his team's sideline.
Yeah, again, that offensive line doing a great job opening up some seams for Gage Finley, who's not the most oversized running back at 188 pounds, able to gash this defense.
Jasavion Ellis makes the tackle for Merrillville. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And it's surprisingly, throughout the season this year, Valparaiso has done just the opposite of what they're doing tonight. They've been throwing the ball all over the place, but now they're trying to establish the running game.
2 receivers to the close side. Finley and Hosick in the shotgun. Finley's looking to pass, or Hosick's looking to pass. Throws one downfield, and it'll be intercepted by Warren Brown. So Brown, with his 2nd interception of the year, takes away the momentum that the Vikings were building on that drive.
Yeah, Hosick didn't see the free safety, just sitting over the top, waiting for that. Almost looked like a punt. Yeah, Hosick, very poor read on that one. They had man coverage underneath, but they had a free safety sitting in the middle of the field, just reading the quarterback's eyes, and he was there, able to make the easy catch.
So after the Vikings force the turnover on 3rd and goal, the Pirates answer with one of their own. That will bring Michael Hill and the rest of the Merrillville offense onto the field. They'll take over on their own 20. Looking to drive down and add to this 7-0 lead. 2:53 remaining in the quarter. Johnson and Jordan join Hill in the backfield. 2 receivers to the left side of the line. They will hand it off to Johnson, and he will rush forward to pick up a couple of yards on first down.
Yeah, nice job of that defensive line stepping up right there.
Papakronis with the tackle.
Yeah, nice job right there. He sort of slid down into the middle on that play and was able to make the tackle right over to center.
So following the 2-yard pickup, Hill moves his team back to the line of scrimmage. He adjusts Johnson, puts him on the left side of the line, and that's where he will go. He rushes to the left looking for some room, has a lane, gets to the 40, powers up, gets to the 50, keeps going, and is knocked out of bounds by the Vikings. So Michael Hill with another long carry on 2nd down gets the Pirates a Four Seasons Mechanical first down.
Boy, he is just having himself a day running the ball. How about it? He is explosive, and once he gets to that edge, he can accelerate up the field.
It's almost ironic if you go to our Region Sports social media pages, we have the area leaders, and it's Hill and Hosek, number 1 and 2 in passing, but it's been the ground games for both teams that have been getting the job done early on here. As do we have a injury over near the Merrillville sideline. So we will step aside as the injured player is attended to. With 2 minutes, 10 seconds remaining in the opening quarter, Merrillville leads over Valparaiso 7-0. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
So the injured player attended to. We get ready to resume play here. 1st and 10 from the 48 for the Pirates. And it'll be Bowles at quarterback. He keeps it and is knocked down for a couple. So Darnell Bowles, who took some snaps at quarterback, was part of that quarterback competition last season with Sanders, has been playing a lot of receiver this year. We are now seeing him taking the snaps at quarterback, so we will monitor the situation as it develops. But Bowles in the backfield following the 4-yard pickup. J.Q. Johnson joins him. It's a high snap. Bowles looking to pass. Floats one downfield towards Jordan. It is wide to his left, incomplete, but there was also a penalty marker thrown.
Yeah, downfield about 10 yards. Maybe a defensive holding.
So we'll get the answer. Here's the officials meet up at midfield.
Ineligible man downfield for the Vikings.
So the incompletion would make it 3rd and 6, but we'll see. So the ineligible receiver against Merrillville will move them back. It looks like Hill is back on the field.
Yeah, it's a 5-yard penalty with a loss of downs, so it'll be 3rd and 12 for the Vikings.
They have 1:39 remaining in the first quarter. They lead by 7.
And they haven't changed it on the field yet.
So 3 receivers to the right, Lewis, Shelley, and Smoot. Hill in the backfield. Johnson goes out left for the screen, for the swing pass. He reels it in and gets tripped up just past the first down marker.
Yeah, J.Q. Johnson just running a little straight down the field pattern. The defensive back never turned around and looked. And J.Q. was able to adjust to the ball and make a nice catch.
So there's a Four Seasons mechanical first down. Jordan in motion, takes the pop pass, looking to roll to his right. Keeps going to the 35. Breaks through one tackler, keeps shaking forward, and is stopped at the 15-yard line. Cameron Haynes able to get down and stop him. So Jordan with a long rush forward.
Yeah, and J.Q. Johnson making a nice downfield block, being able to spring his partner for an extra few yards.
It was a Four Seasons mechanical first down. New set of downs for the Pirates. They give it to Jordan. He cuts, keeps going, gets to the 10 where he's eventually halted. Just over a minute left to play in the quarter. Jordan picks up a handful of yards.
Yeah, just a straight-ahead dive play, just powering that ball right off the tackle.
2nd and 5, another quick snap. They give it to Jordan, looking for room on the left side of the line, and he will scoot all the way to the end zone.
Yep, nice little 9-yard run right there. Just darts in between a bunch of Valparaiso Viking defensive players and was able to squirt through and make the score.
So a 9-yard touchdown run from Jordan makes it a 13-0 advantage for the Pirates. 53 seconds remaining in the opening quarter. Benito Gonzalez gets ready for the PAT. The snap, the hold, the kick, and there's trouble with the snap. They're going to have to try to rush to the right, but the Vikings stop them. The snap was low. Darian Wiggins had to try to scamper into the end zone. He could not, so the Vikings get the stop, making it a 13-0 lead for Merrillville with just under a minute left to play. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world. Simple tasks, guaranteed results, every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the NECA contractors and electrical workers of Local 531.
This kickoff and all kickoffs are presented by Quintel Incorporated, handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country since 1994. All scoreboard updates are courtesy of your neighborhood Strack and Mantell Food Market. Strack and Mantell, your favorite Indiana-made grocery store. Gonzalez sends the kick towards Parisi. He will take it to the 20. He has some room, keeps cutting, weaving to the 30. Looking to break free, but the Pirates are able to get to him at the 32. So a nice run on the kickoff by J.Q. Varnado to get some good field position for the Vikings as they look to answer down 13 here in the first quarter.
Again, Valparaiso needs a sustained drive. Whether or not it comes up with some points, give that defense a breather. Punt them, get the ball to at least midfield, and then if they have to punt it away, but try and make it as long a field as possible for the Viking or for the Pirates.
We'll see how Hosick and the Vikings respond after that touchdown ended, or that interception, ended their last drive. Hosick will hand it off to Finley. He has some room on the right side, keeps pushing forward, walks the tightrope along the right sideline and is dropped out of bounds in Merrillville territory. Gage Finley with a nice run on first down.
Yeah, Gage Finley got to the sideline and then just did a tightrope for about a 15-yard gain. Great job of body control for Finley right there. Big gain. Something positive going for the Vikings.
So following the Four Seasons mechanical first down, the Vikings able to flip the field to go from their own 32 to the opposing 45. So trying to continue this march downfield. Hosick and Finley in the backfield. Danzy, the receiver, split out to the left. Two receivers to the right. Hosick will give it to Finley. He spins through one would-be tackler, keeps moving, and picks up about 4 yards on that carry. It's now under 30 seconds left to play in the quarter.
Yeah, nice job right there by Finley, slipping through the defensive man right at the line of scrimmage. Looked like he was going to be thrown down for no gain or loss and picks up some positive yards and make it 2nd and 7. It looks like it's going to be the end of the quarter.
So that will be the last play of the first quarter, a 4-yard pickup from Gage Finley. Merrillville leads over the Vikings after a pair of rushing touchdowns. They lead 13-0. We'll have the second quarter coming up in just a bit. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
When it comes to your money, you deserve more than just numbers on a page. You deserve someone who sees the full picture. Meet Mark Machnick, one of Northwest Indiana's most trusted accounting professionals. Whether you're running a business, planning for retirement, or just trying to make sense of tax season, Mark Machnick, located in Highland, makes it simple, personal, and believe it or not, painless. Contact Mark and his team today at 219-595-5290. Mark Machnick, CPA.
At Blyce, we're used to having the athlete shop at our store.
Down, sit, put.
But sometimes they get carried away. Blyce, this is where the athlete shops.
Check out the IBEW Local 697 electrifying plays from this week's football action. Visit regionsports.com, Facebook/RegionSportsNation, or on Instagram. The electrifying plays are presented by IBEW 697, the electrical professionals.
Yeah, we've already had one of those tonight.
2nd and 7 for the Vikings. They'll send motion to the right. Parisi will be in the backfield with Finley and Hosick. Hosick's going to keep it. Looking for some room on the right side. Gets to the 40. Continues to boogie forward past the 30. So Kellen Hosick getting it done with his cleats. Gets a first down for the Vikings.
Boy, both of these quarterbacks are putting on a running display tonight. Not much in terms of passing, but boy, they are dazzling us with their footwork.
So the Four Seasons Mechanical first down after the pickup from Hosick. You only get just over 18 yards. They'll hand it off to Finley. He has some room to go inside the 20 and is tripped up by Hughes. But a nice run by Gage Finley will get a new set of downs for the Vikings.
Gage Finley. Now Valparaiso taking a page out of the Merrillville playbook. No huddle.
Hand off to Finley. Looking to go towards the right side of the line. He will go all the way to the goal line. Finley and the Vikings answer back.
Oh, what a great run right there by Gage Finley. Just gets the ball as you see the play coming up. And watch him follow his lineman down the field, and boom, the lineman makes a great block right at the point of attack, and Finley just feels it and bounces to the outside for the score.
Finley with the 15-yard scamper helps the Vikings get the start to the second quarter they were hoping for, trailing 13-6, awaiting this extra point from Trevor Faulkner. Danzy will be there for the hold. Sam Thorgren, the long snapper. Thorgren snap, Danzy's hold, and Faulkner's extra point. All good. So the Vikings put the exclamation point on that drive. 11:26 remaining in the second quarter. Merrillville leads 13-7. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Life isn't always loud. Sometimes it's the quiet moments that matter the most. Of effort, of a dream taking root. And behind those moments, there's trust. Thank you for trusting Sentier Bank with those moments and making us a part of your story. Thank you for the opportunity to earn your trust.
This kickoff and all kickoffs are presented by Quintel Incorporated, handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country since 1994. As we get ready for this kick from Faulkner, but the Vikings answer back in a big way with that rushing touchdown from Gage Finley. Hosick had a nice scamper as well of about 18 yards and helped the Vikings get back in this one. And you can follow all of tonight's Region Football scores live on the Hometown Scoreboard, streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and RegionSports.com, courtesy of your neighborhood Strachan Van Til. Shop online for delivery or curbside pickup at StrachanVanTil.com. We have a few games going on in the RSN multicast. So
yeah, how about it?
Be following those as well. Faulkner steps into his kick and hammers it down towards Walker, but it will bounce at the goal line and through the back of the end zone. So a touchback.
That's what you like if you're Valparaiso. You don't want those guys that are deep from Merrillville be getting that ball in open field and it being explosive.
So we'll see what Michael Hill and the Merrillville offense can do here. 3 drives for the Pirates. One was the 77-yard touchdown run by Hill. The second ended in a fumble at the 9-yard line. And the third was highlighted by that 9-yard touchdown run by Jordan. They missed the PAT, so that's how they got to that 13-point margin. Hill will be in the backfield. Jordan and Johnson both as running backs. Johnson takes it to the right side of the line, but he is met in the backfield by a host of Vikings for a loss.
Yeah, and the first guy there was number 7 for the Vikings.
That'll be Troy Danzy.
Troy Danzy did a great job holding him by the feet, and the rest of the team came in and wrapped him up for no gain.
So second down for the Pirates following that stop. Hand off to Johnson. He leans forward and gets to the linebackers of Valparaiso for a 5-yard pickup.
Yeah, nice job right there. Linebackers sitting there waiting for him. Hold him to only a 3-yard gain. So it's going to be 3rd and long here for the Pirates. Let's see if they air the ball out.
7 yards to go. Hill pump fakes, looking to avoid pressure. Goes with a sidearm throw to his right. There was nobody in the neighborhood. It will fall incomplete.
Well, I don't think that ball made it past the line of scrimmage, but the officials, no flag.
Yeah, that because of the angle it took, it looked like it maybe traveled further, but he was so far deep.
Yes, he was. Well, his initial read, and the linebacker jumped it just as he was, halfway through his release and pulled it back down. And once he had to go to his second and third receivers, he had nobody open. Great coverage by the Vikings.
So this will be Darian Wiggins, the punter for the Pirates. First time we've seen him tonight. It's a low punt. It skips past the logo. Scooped up by Parisi. He has some room to go. Walks along the hash marks and gets tripped up in Merrillville territory. But there was a penalty marker thrown as there was some additional pushing and shoving.
It looks like incidental contact on the face mask by the Pirates, and then
A second flag
came out, and I'm just hypothesizing here, and it could have been a personal foul. Looked like some pushing and shoving after the play. Let's see what the officials say.
This point in the game, 13-7. Both coaches probably making sure everybody's keeping their composure here. You don't want to do anything reckless after the whistle that can hurt your team and swing the momentum to either side.
Let's see.
So let's see what the verdict is here. 10:26 left to play in the second quarter. So face mask on the Pirates.
Okay. And then a personal foul. Late hit, so they're going to be walking off 20 yards here. That's going to put Valparaiso just short of the red zone.
Wow. So they will get the ball.
Yeah, looks like the 23, so just short of the red zone.
Let's talk about a play you have to capitalize on here now for the Vikings.
This is huge. They got to come away with points.
So the ball will be at the 23-yard line. 10 minutes, 26 seconds remain in the quarter as Kellen Hosick brings his troops to the line. 2 receivers to the far right, 1 close side to the left. It's a handoff to Finley. He's going to try to squeak to the left side of the line, gets towards the 20, and then there's a pile up. Looks like he gets a couple on that early carry.
Well, if you saw it, you saw Finley as he was running, the ball sort of popped out of his hands. He had to turn and reach back for the ball and secure it before he got hit again, and that ball popping out sort of slowed him down. He only picked up 2. They're lucky they didn't come away with a fumble right there.
Ball's now on the 21-yard line. Hosick takes the snap, gets it to Finley. He looks to roam to the left side of the line. He will get a couple before he is brought back down to the turf by the Pirates.
Yeah, Finley does a nice job of that. Following his block.
Machichi, the wide receiver, leading the way there.
Machichi right there just doing a great job leading it. And it looks like it's going to be 3rd down and about 6 on the play, but Gage Finley is it seems like he's got a great feel to follow his blockers, and at the last second he can change and go wherever the blocker's pushing him, just the opposite way.
So 3rd down here, about 7 yards to go. The ball's at the 21. Merrillville sending pressure. Hosick looking to avoid it. He will lean forward, takes Freeman with him. He'll be short of the 1st down, but picks up a few. And so we'll see if the Vikings have entered 4-down territory. And it's sponsored by Four Seasons Mechanical in Merrillville, your Northwest Indiana heating and air conditioning specialists.
Yes, they have. And it looked like Hosick, he had a choice to bounce it to the outside on that play, and he turned it and took it inside. If he'd have bounced it to the outside, he looks like he might have been able to pick up that 1st down.
4th down, 3 to go from the 18. Hosick at quarterback. Finley to his left. 3 receivers to the right. The ball's near the left hash mark. Hosick tries the hard count. Doesn't work. He's going to look to pass. Heaves it towards Finley. He makes the catch, and he will step all the way to the end zone. And the Vikings tie it up here on homecoming.
Well, you just watch this play, and you see the 2 receivers lined up to the one receiver lined up to the outside. He runs a slant pattern, and it frees up the running back to come out of the backfield. Looks like they were in man coverage, and the two guys got crisscrossed, and he was able to scamper into the end zone for a no-contact touchdown.
18-yard touchdown throw from Hosick to Finley on 4th down. Evens the score up at 13 with 8:01 left to play, awaiting Trevor Faulkner's extra point. The snap, the hold, the kick. It goes through the uprights, so the Vikings take the lead, 14-13. And the home crowd is loving it. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
At Strachan Van Til, we believe grocery shopping should be simple. Now, shopping is easier than ever with our new and improved website. Find what you need fast. Browse your favorite products, add them to your cart, and check out in just a few quick steps. Choose between convenient in-store pickup or let us handle the heavy lifting. From our shelves to your doorstep. Skip the lines, shop your way, and spend more time on what matters most. With our rewards program, enjoy incredible savings and personalized offers every time you shop. Shop online now at strachanvantil.com or download our app today.
Hi, I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. If you're a contractor, it's my job to make your insurance coverage simple and affordable. Because I know time is money, I'll come to your business. Certificates and bonds are a snap. Wherever you are, whatever business you're in, we've got you covered. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Company's insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
This kickoff and all kickoffs are presented by Quintel Incorporated, handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country since 1994. So after a couple costly penalties on that punt, Valparaiso was gifted great field position at the 23-yard line. They were able to pick up 18 of those yards on 4th down on that touchdown pass from Hosick to Finley, and now they lead 14-13. So the penalties and the missed extra point proving to be costly for Merrillville, as Faulkner sends that kick deep towards Walker. He'll reel it in at the 2-yard line, looking to take it upfield. He gets to the 15, where then he is wrapped up and twisted down by Drake Burrow and Anthony Swarden.
Boy, he got popped. You saw his head just bolt backwards. We got a scoring update. A few scores rolling in.
The scoreboard update is courtesy of your neighborhood Strachan Van Til Food Market. Strachan Van Til, your favorite Indiana-made grocery store.
These three scores are in the second quarter. Chesterton 7, Lake Central 0, Michigan City 14, Portage nothing, and the last one in the second inning, Wheeler 7, Calumet 2. Oh, I'm sorry, in the second quarter.
There we go.
There we go.
So Michael Hill brings the Merrillville offense to the 17-yard line deep in their own territory. It'll be play action. Hill looking to pass. Floats one downfield. He's got Lewis, and Lewis makes the leaping catch.
Boy, did he extend all the way out. What a great catch. Boy, and he had a step on that defensive back. If they would have been able to catch that in stride, would have been a touchdown.
So right now Lewis takes this one all the way to the 37-yard line on that diving grab. Picks up the Four Seasons Mechanical first down, and now the Merrillville Pirates looking to answer and reclaim the lead as they move into Viking territory.
Okay.
Hill will hang on to this one, throws sidearm. He was looking for Lewis. It was broken up by the line by Fry, but there was a flag on the play.
Looked like a little bit of contact before the ball got there. On that previous play, Hill had to about thrown that ball about 40 yards in the air with a diving catch over the top there. Fans don't like that one.
So the penalty will go against the Vikings. As you can tell by the reaction from the home crowd, that will move the Pirates upfield, give them a new set of downs. So they'll start over on the 23-yard line, first down. Johnson to the right of Hill in the backfield. Hill throws a strike to the right to Jordan. He has some room to go, gets to the 15, keeps spinning forward, takes a couple of tacklers with him, and it will be enough for the first down.
Yeah, Jordan did a nice little stop and spin route, spin back to the inside. Merrillville up to the line of scrimmage again already.
New set of downs. Hill, swing pass to the left. Johnson, he's got some room to go. Turns the corner at the 10, and he makes his way to the end zone. So J.Q. Johnson and the Pirates strike back.
That was a lateral. So he gets those yards for rushing. It looks like Hill threw that ball back behind him, and the running back made a great catch and just dashed into the end zone. Boy, the up and down of this game has accelerated quickly here in the second quarter.
So 20 yards for Johnson makes it 19-14. Gonzalez with the PAT sends it through the uprights, so you can make it 20-14. Merrillville leads with 7:09 remaining in the second quarter. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
From lighting up Friday night football to powering the classrooms that shape the students of Lake County, IBEW Local 697 is proud to support our region's schools and the communities we call home. A career as a union electrician could be your next great move. Your next cap might be a hard hat. IBEW Local 697, powering futures, powering the region.
This kickoff and all kickoffs are presented by Quintel Incorporated, handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country since 1994. You can visit regionsports.com, Facebook/Region Sports Nation, Instagram, and Region Sports YouTube for this week's Home Improvement Top 10, presented by Enigenberg Exteriors. You can find them on the web at ebergexteriors.com. Benito Gonzalez drills this one towards Parisi. He'll make the catch near the 5 and will take it upfield. He has some room down the runway at midfield. Keeps going to the 50, crosses midfield. Parisi continues to power to the 30, where he is eventually stopped. But Jimmy Parisi, with a 70-yard kickoff return, sets the Vikings up for some very good field position.
And Tony Jenkins, number 22 for the Pirates, makes the touchdown-saving tackle. He came out of nowhere and made that tackle.
Parisi's previous longest return was 37 yards, so he will surpass that. 6:58 left to go in the third quarter, or in the second quarter.
We got 21 points so far in this second quarter. And
feels like the third quarter, but
more than halfway to go yet.
Danzy in motion. Hand off to Finley. He's looking to push to the left side of the line. He keeps going. Gets to the 25 where he's shoved out of bounds by the Pirates.
With Finley, just like the hill of Merrillville, Finley knows how to get to that sideline, and then, boy, he can turn his shoulders and get his shoulders upfield and accelerate and pick up some nice chunks of yards.
So it'll be 2nd and 6 from the 26.
This undersized offensive line of the Vikings is doing an outstanding job.
Hosick with motion going to the left. Hands it off to Finley. He dives forward, keeps going, and is eventually halted near the 20. It'll be close. It does not appear he got the first down, so it'll be 3rd and short for the Vikings.
Yeah, Amari Eller had him right in the backfield and just slipped right through his hands. Finley, again, showing some elusiveness and able to get down to 3rd and 1.
So 2 carries
for
Finley.
I say play action, chuck it into the end zone.
We'll see what they do here. 3rd and a yard to go. Hand off Finley. He's going to try to plunge forward. Kieran Moore, one of the first Pirates to get to him, and it looks like he will not get a gain on the play.
It's going to be 4th and 1 again. See, now they'd have done the same thing if they'd have done what I said.
There we go, as it'll now be, they've entered 4-down territory, and that's presented by Four Seasons Mechanical in Merrillville. You can visit them on the web at fourseasonsmechanical.com.
Can't be like the Rams last night and come up short.
Oh, boy. As in the shotgun. Finley to the left of Hosick. He will hand it off to Finley. He has some room to go. Keeps going and gets the first down.
And we got a late hit here. Something going on in the backfield. We'll have to see what it looked like. It was after the play.
Yep. It
That's
looked
going
like
to be
one of the linemen.
Personal foul. We just don't know which way it's going. It was thrown after the play, so it'll be marked off from where the spot was. It'll be first down. Now they're trying to decide whether it was after the play or before the play ended.
Just like we talked about on that punt, those penalties, that will hurt the Vikings.
So it'll be after the play. They'll get first down from the 32-yard line.
So that's
okay. Wait a minute. Let's see. They're not moving. They're not changing it down.
They changed it on the. I thought he said it on the microphone that it would be a first down.
They're not changing it on the. There he goes.
There we go. So 1st and 10 from the 32. So now they're 2 yards further than where they initially started.
But at least they got the first down.
Right. New set of downs. Hosick rolling to his right, looking to pass. Instead, he will tuck it and run. He gets past the 25 and then moved out of bounds. Keith Edwards providing the coverage from linebacker after Hosick picks up about 8 yards.
And great job by Hosick right there as he was looking down the field. All his receivers were well covered, and he had plenty of green in front of him. Turf green, not grass, turf green
Artificial
right in front
green.
of him. Yep. And boy, he made use of it. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
2nd and a yard to go from the 23. 5 minutes, 28 seconds remaining in the half. Hosick sends a receiver in motion from left to right, hands it off to Finley. He cuts to the left, and Edwards is able to wrap him up and bring him down. But Finley picks up a couple of yards and also picks up the Four Seasons Mechanical first down.
Well, we've got an excited Valparaiso crowd, and I'm sure they were anticipating the worst because you got a 1-5 team coming in and a 4-2 team coming in.
But even as we said, this is a spirited crowd. It's homecoming. You have to kind of throw out the records in a rivalry matchup like this. 1st and 10 from the 21. High snap. Hosick gives it to Finley. He cuts to the left. Makes a nice move. Keeps dancing forward. Goes to the 10. Powering and knocked out of bounds. But Gage Finley, look at the moves of this man as he goes to the left.
How about it? He made 2 guys miss. Like he disappeared out of thin air. Poof, he was gone. What great vision, balanced by Finley there. Unbelievable.
He gets the Four Seasons Mechanical first down, and now 1st and goal for the Vikings. So they were able to overcome that penalty that backed them up to the 32. And now with 4 minutes, 37 seconds remaining, trailing 20-14, they have it. 1st and goal to go. Hosick tosses it to Parisi. He looks to spin forward, gets to the 5, continues to move the legs. The Pirates will swarm to him, still pushing the pile, and eventually this play will come to a conclusion.
Well, it looks like it concluded at about the 2-yard line.
And that's where, when there's a pile up like that, that's where you have to be careful to avoid doing anything extra.
That's right. Well, it looks like it's going to be on the 3-yard line, so 2nd and goal from the 3.
So getting a little creative with the motion and the pop pass. 2nd and goal from the 3. Just under 4 minutes left to play. Hosick in the shotgun. Pirates sending pressure. Finley takes it, and Merrillville will quickly get to him near the line. Finley didn't have much room to scurry there.
Number 50, Dominique Jones, comes up and just smashes Finley right in the backfield. Looks like he lost a couple yards. Going to be 3rd down and about 4. Yeah, looks like that's so he lost a yard on that play.
3rd and goal just inside the 5.
And it's first time we said Jones is named defensively for the Pirates. He got 16 tackles and 3 for losses on the season.
Hosick will hang on to it. Looking to go to the left side. Stanley Freeman will get to him and stop him short of the goal line.
Boy, nice open field tackle there by Freeman to stop Hosick. If he gets away from there, he's got a touchdown. Doesn't look like they're even scurrying up the field goal unit, they're going to stay on the field.
This means they've entered Four Seasons Mechanical four-down territory, brought to you by Four Seasons Mechanical in Merrillville.
Well, they're going to run a play. I thought they would let the clock run down and bring out the field goal unit, but no dice. When you're the underdog, you got to take all the chances.
2 minutes, 35 seconds left to play in the half. They'll put Parisi in motion. Finley to the left of Hosick. Hosick dropping back to pass. He's running out of room. Q-Ron Moore barreling towards him. He throws one to Bernard for a touchdown. So the Vikings roll the dice on fourth down, and they get the result they were hoping for. Hosick with his second touchdown of the night.
Boy, what a great job. Hosick extending the play, rolling out to his right. That a nice little play fake in the middle. Extends the play and finds number 14, Sam Bernard, right in the corner of the end zone for the touchdown. Well done, Vikings, making this a game.
So Bernard with his first touchdown of the season, picked a good time for it. Evens the score up at 20, awaiting the extra point from Faulkner. He will hammer it through the uprights, so the Vikings reclaim the lead, 21-20 with 2 minutes, 23 seconds left in the second quarter. We got a good one here at Valpo. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
With electrical services from Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, you can radiate the perfect amount of light and energy into your home. From rewiring and code upgrades to ceiling fans, lighting, security, and more, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling's trained electricians will make sure you can enjoy your home on full power all the time. For a free estimate on electrical work, call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling at 219-923-4441, and you can visit them on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com. That's the number 4ajobdoneright.com.
This kickoff and all kickoffs are presented by Quintel Incorporated, handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country since 1994. So Valparaiso going for it on fourth down, getting the touchdown. That's the second time we've seen a touchdown on fourth down this evening. And they will look to try to finish out the half strong. They will be getting the ball at after the half. So,
yeah, Coach Marshall, you never think of him as a riverboat gambler, but boy, he's throwing all the cards out on the deck today.
As Faulkner sends this kick towards Walker. He will take it just inside the 5 and looking for a lane up the left side, but then Burrow throws him down at the 15. Drake Burrow with a couple of nice special team tackles this evening. Yeah. Both of them on kickoffs.
First off, it looked like the Merrillville returner ran right into his own guy and just sort of stood there hoping he was going to block him, and boom. Valparaiso swarms on him and throws him down. Got a long field to go with 3 timeouts and 2 minutes and 18 seconds. And we've seen Merrillville strike even faster than that. Yeah. I think the first score only took like 9 seconds.
Yeah, that was a quick 77 yards from Michael Hill to help the Pirates draw first here, but now they will take over on their own 18-yard line. 2 minutes, 18 seconds left to play. Hill looking to pass, trying to avoid pressure in the backfield. He's going to keep it and run. Gets to the 20 and then just drifts out of bounds
Smart
to avoid
play.
any contact.
Smart play.
Evan Courtney among one of the Vikings in the backfield that forced him out. So he gets 5 yards on the scramble.
You'll take 5 yards and get out of bounds every time.
Oh, of course. 2 minutes, 12 seconds to play in the second quarter. Hill and the Pirates looking to go for a drive here. Hill passing. Floats one downfield into double coverage. And it will not go to the hands of his receiver, Ben Fedorchuk. Deep in coverage, helps break it up.
Yeah, Fedorchuk, number 48. What's he doing 30 yards downfield? He's got a 48. He's a linebacker. What's he doing down there? But great coverage. It bounced right in, hit him in the back of the shoulder pads, and great job of keeping, like it's almost like basketball. You're rebounding. You're trying to keep your man between the the ball and the touchdown there.
Dermont
possibly.
Bogard, the intended receiver. Hill passing on third down. He will connect with Walker, or with Lewis.
Looks like first down.
It is complete, and it is good for the first down.
Clock stops.
Four Seasons mechanical first down. It gets the Pirates just under 2 minutes to play. They will adjust personnel at the line. Walker will be the receiver on the right side. They were not set up. They were not ready to go as that ball was snapped. And so there will be a penalty marker. So we'll get things sorted out. 1:49 left to play, and the Pirates will move back 5 yards. So both teams trying to avoid letting penalties disrupt these drives.
Yeah, Merrillville just sort of shooting themselves in the foot here. Can't stand prosperity.
1st and 15, 1:49 left to play. Hill dropping back to pass, scanning his options, looks to the right, sends a high balloon downfield just out of the hands of Walker. Walker had one man to beat. That was Varnado in coverage. He was able to extend the hands, but then it just slips out. Incomplete.
Another about 40-yard floater right on the money by Hill. Receiver just not able to corral it in. At Walker, boy, just a half a step. What is it, football in the game of inches?
Yeah.
Right there.
Following the incompletion, 2nd and long for the Pirates. 1:43 left to play before the half. Hill, lone man in the backfield. He's going to take it. Quarterback keeper follows his blockers, weaves to the left side of the line, and will be sent out of bounds at the 26.
Boy, it almost like you're saving Valpo a timeout right there.
Or actually, the progress will take him to the 30.
So it's going to be, looks like about third.
Now they're moving it.
that chain is bouncing all over the place over there. Went from 9 to 8 to 12.
That makes a difference.
Yes, it does.
3rd and 12, so a 3-yard pickup for Hill. 3 receivers to his right, 1 short side to the left. He's got Bogard on the slant. Instead, opts to go downfield to Lewis. The tight end will take it and run towards midfield, getting the first down and then some.
Boy, the linebackers for Valpo were all bunched on top of each other and left a huge gap right in the middle of the field, and Hill just slammed it right into the Walker, the tight end, and he was able to make a nice run after the catch.
So following the Four Seasons mechanical first down, Merrillville will take a timeout. That stops things with 1:29 left to play. Valparaiso leads 21-20. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I've received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
Calling all current and future homeowners in the Northwest Indiana area. Whether you're buying or selling, Brent Wright is here to make your real estate journey smooth and successful. With years of experience, personalized service, and a deep knowledge of the market, Brent will help you find the perfect place or get the best deal for your property. Call today at 219-406-7195 and take the first step towards your real estate goals. Contact Brent Wright.
First and 10 from the 50 for the Pirates. Hill dropping back in the pocket to pass. He has some room to throw to the left side. He will connect with Smoot. Smoot turns the corner, powers up to the 30, and then is angled out of bounds. Brody Wheeler in coverage. Needles helps force him out of bounds as well, but it's another first down for the Pirates. They're quickly covering a lot of ground.
Yes, they are. Boy, and Hill is accurate with the throws, and Smoot ran a great pattern, ran a curl pattern. And the difference between being knocked down and him catching is that he worked his way back to the ball, made it, and it's well in his hands and on the move.
On first down, Hill being forced out of the backfield by Courtney, looking for room. Sends one sidearm to Bogard. Bogart's going to shimmy forward, stands up one tackler, and takes him all the way to the 10-yard line.
Looks like they're marking him at the 9, so it's going to be 1st and goal for the Pirates. 1 minute and 10 seconds left. and 2 timeouts.
So a Four Seasons Mechanical first down, and the Pirates will take another timeout, so they're covering a lot of ground and not that much time. We talked about it. They just over 2 minutes when they got the ball, and time really hasn't been an issue for the Pirates. They've been able to move downfield pretty well this evening.
Yes, they have, and you think about it, they moved about 80-some yards, and just like I think they got the ball with 2 minutes and 19 seconds left. So a minute and 9 seconds, they've been able to cover 80 yards.
And you talk about it with Michael Hill. This is what has made the Pirate offense that much more dynamic this season. We saw Hill a lot last year in that Wildcat package. Now they're letting him air the ball out a lot more, and that threat of the passing game has made Merrillville very difficult for opposing defenses to stop.
Hill is having a great first half. I wish I had him on my fantasy football team. He is as of right now, I think he's running away with the Crowell Lantern Man superhero of the game.
So he will take his team up to the line of scrimmage. They trail 21-20. That missed extra point now proving to be pivotal in the first half. Hill has his receivers moving downfield. Pump fake, throws to the end zone, and he will connect with Bowles for the touchdown.
Boy, and give kudos to that offensive line for giving Hill enough to read the field back and forth a couple times, and then the coverage when you're scanning the whole field like Hill is almost impossible on the goal line like that.
So Michael Hill connects with Darnell Bowles, the former quarterback, making the touchdown reception. And now Merrillville leads 26-21. The PAT from Gonzalez floats through the uprights. Pirates lead 27-21. A minute 3 to play here in the first half. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world. Simple tasks, guaranteed results, every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the NECA contractors and electrical workers of Local 531.
All night.
This kickoff and all kickoffs are presented by Quintel Incorporated, handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country since 1994. So following the 9-yard touchdown strike from Hill to Bowles, Merrillville leads 27-21 with 63 seconds to play before halftime. We'll see how the Vikings choose to play this one, as they will be receiving the kickoff to start the third quarter. So if there's some urgency, as they do have all 3 timeouts remaining, down 27-21, Benito Gonzalez will handle the kick for the Pirates. He will sky it short to the 30, and a fair catch by the Vikings. Oh, wait a minute. It'll be a dead ball. There's encroachment.
Somebody on the Merrillville Pirates kickoff team downfield a little early. They're going to move it up 5 yards for the Vikings.
So the penalties have been impacting both sides here this evening, and even just 5 yards on a kickoff, that could be the difference when you're trying to run that quick end of the half operation.
Yeah, and then Merrillville has not kicked it deep yet, so they've been doing these pooch kicks.
Now they'll set it up at the opposite hash mark, and we'll see how they execute this one. Here's Gonzalez. Line drive to the back row. Parisi scoops it up. He's going to slice to the right. Looking for room up the middle. Parisi already one big kickoff return tonight. Blowing the pile towards midfield. He will get stopped near the Valparaiso logo. And so Kellen Hosick and company will start at midfield.
Yeah, the way this game is going, I think both defenses thought it was halftime when the first quarter ended and went into the locker room. So there's been 35 points scored in this second quarter. That's crazy for high school football.
55 seconds remaining in the quarter. The Vikings need to go 50 yards to see if we can add to that 35-point total. So Hosick in the shotgun, 2 receivers to either side. They'll put Finley in motion towards the left. Hosick's looking right, throws one to Lovig. He will scurry forward to the 45, so picks up a few yards. Chase Lovig, the senior receiver, makes the completion, and the Vikings will take a timeout, stopping things with 45.4 seconds. So we can stay with Region Sports after the game as we send it back to the Centier Bank studio. RSN will recap all of tonight's action from around the region, all from the Centier Bank studio. And how about this one? At the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll name the Crowell Companies Lantern Man superhero of the game. Crowell Companies, the insurance professionals. There's a lot of candidates tonight.
Yeah, how about it? I just talked about Hill a second ago. You got Gage Finley with 2 touchdowns. You got, Hosick managing this offense beautifully with his feet and his with his arm a little bit here and there. But boy, what a second quarter! 45 seconds left. Could we have 2 more scores maybe?
The way these offenses have been playing, you never know. 45.4 seconds to go. Ball's on the 44. 2nd and 4 for the Vikings. So here's Hosick in the shotgun. And what do we have here?
Offsides on the defense. Going to give him 5 yards on a first down. He was lined up offsides. We had a perfect view of it, and I really couldn't see who was offsides, but that's what they call.
So another tough break on the penalty. Moves the Vikings up 5 yards, and it'll give them a new set of downs. So that first down is brought to you by Four Seasons Mechanical in Merrillville. 1st and 10 from the 39. 2 receivers to either side. Finley to the right of Hosick. He drops back, looking to pass. He is hit as he throws, and then a leaping catch made by Bernard. He hangs on to it as a pair of Pirates are able to make contact with him.
Boy, number 32 for the Merrillville Pirates just came and popped him right as he caught the ball, and it's going to be another timeout.
Ellis not giving Bernard any room to take it and run. So it's a first down at the 28. Valparaiso takes another timeout. At the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll name the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game, brought to you by Boilermakers Local 374. Learn about apprenticeship programs and more at local374.org.
Well, I can honestly say right now, it's nobody on the defense.
Well, there's still 2 more quarters where maybe they could prove their case.
Yes, how about it? They'd really have to come out in the second half and play some outstanding football. They're going to hit a lot of adjustments. The coaches are probably both sides defensively are going, what can we do to slow these offenses down?
And you think about the first half on back-to-back possessions. You had the fumble recovery by Papakronis, then the interception by Brown.
Yeah.
It's been all offense since then. Hosick in the shotgun. Ball's at the right hash mark. Drops back in the pocket. He's running out of time. Throws one downfield. Freeman nearly gets the interception, but it falls incomplete.
And 32 in on the play again for the Vikings.
Just Savion Ellis providing that pressure.
Boy, he looked like he was shot out of a cannon. He came out of nowhere and was right in Hosick's face right as he was releasing the ball.
So it'll be 2nd down for the Vikings as they just avoided the interception. That's certainly something they're looking to avoid after a plethora of interceptions last week.
Yeah, he's got time. They can run the ball here if they want to. They've got 1 timeout still left.
34 seconds left to play. 2nd down from the 28. Merrillville leads 27-21. Hand off to Finley. He's got room up the middle. Dancing forward to the 20. Keeps working and is eventually halted.
Yeah, I would think you're not going to spike the ball. Here they go.
So 3rd and about a yard to go.
And it should be 4th down, yes.
Yeah, so 4th and 1 from the 20, or from the 19.
Yes, he did, and
they spiked the ball
guy
on
sitting
3rd
next to me
down.
goes, wait a minute, why are they spiking the ball on 4th down? I go, or 3rd down? Good question.
With a timeout remaining, so Four Seasons Mechanical 4th down territory here for the Vikings. Hand off to Finley. He will go to the left side of the line. He is twisted down, so he'll get the first down, gets to the 15. So gets a new set of downs for the Vikings. Now they
16 seconds left. They use their final
timeout. So that first down brought to you by Four Seasons Mechanical in Merrillville. You can visit them on the web at fourseasonsmechanical.com. Here's one that we have a lot of candidates for. Stay with us after the game, and we'll name the Proud to Be Union Play of the Game presented by Ironworkers 395. To find out how you can become a union ironworker, visit ironworkers395.com. Zach Zanelli, our producer, better be keeping track of all these highlights we have stored.
I wrote down the one, the diving catch. It came at 7:23. I can't remember, in the second quarter.
Oh, the Lewis with the Superman catch.
Yes.
Extending in.
Yeah, I love that analogy. It looked like he had his cape out and he flew and was able to make that catch. I was a wide receiver in college, so yes, I always like the wide receiver that dives like that and makes a catch and is able to hang on to it. That's an incredible catch. That's mine.
But there's still 2 more quarters to play. So the way this one's been going, we might have a lot more to highlight. First and 10 from the 15. Hosick, play action, rolling right, running out of time. Hits his receiver, Machichi. He gets stood up at the 5. Has to slow down. Time's still going.
Time's still going. They got to get up and spike that ball. It is not a first down.
They're not going to run
out. They're going to run out of time.
They will not be able to get back to the line in time.
That's the half.
So Machichi did not go down there after the contact.
Huge.
So the first half will end. The Vikings come up short in the red zone, ending the first half with a score of 27-21. Merrillville ahead by 6 in what's a heated Duneland battle here. Merrillville, number 2 in our RSN poll, hanging on against the 1-5 Vikings. We will step aside. We will continue to bridge the gap between the second and third quarter with a halftime analysis, take a look at some scores from around the region, and plenty more. So stick around. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
It's time for the Commissioner's Corner, an exclusive weekly conversation about Indiana high school sports with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. Now for an up-to-the-minute report about what's happening in the constantly changing world of high school sports, here's Coach Bob Lovell with Commissioner Paul Neidig.
Welcome back, everyone, to our weekly conversation with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. And Commissioner, thanks for taking time to join us. Appreciate it. Man, what a busy time of year. Golf championships coming up at Prairie View. Soccer starts on Monday. Volleyball pairing show on Sunday. And week number 7 of high school football. What a busy weekend for everyone.
Yeah, it's really been a great fall, Coach. And, it's, things are coming. It's fun to get out and watch these student athletes. They've been obviously started way back in the summer,
right?
Developing their skill set with their coaches, and this is a time of year where you hope all that extra work pays off a little bit, and it's really exciting. And the golf tournament this weekend is going to be. I have a feeling it's going to be a record setter. We've already had some tournament records set on the way through the sectional round and the way to get to the state finals. And another thing that we kick off this weekend is our unified flag football, and that starts across the state this weekend. That's an incredible program that we have where, we have traditional student athletes pair with other teammates from their school that have an intellectual disability, and they compete together as one, and it's really a phenomenal program, and we'll be celebrating the state championship in that sport here real soon.
I think the phenomenal part about unified flag football going back is it was a student-driven initiative. They took it upon themselves to begin the process to get this recognized as an IHSA sport, and it was a groundswell of support amongst kids around the state of Indiana to do this, which I think I admire their resolve and their perseverance and how they went about making this happen.
Yeah, they did a phenomenal job, and I was around when that originally got started, and it was and Commissioner Cox at the time challenged students to bring something to the table that they could do with our student advisory committee, 19 kids from around the state, and this is what they came up with. And then what's cool, it's become a national model. There's many states that have developed a unified program over the years now, and we continually see growth, and again, it's great. And everybody says, the one thing it does, it changes the culture of your schools, and it allows students that didn't get to eat at the so-called cool kids table during lunch, and now they're all together, and it's just been a phenomenal addition to the sport offerings that we have.
All right, week 7 of high school football, and then on the 12th of October, the pairing show for the upcoming state championship. I can't believe we're at that point of the year.
It is. It's here, and let's go. That's kind of the theme. Let's go. It's going to be. First of all, I look forward to the pairing show. It's an opportunity to learn some things about high school football with our talented team of experts. And you're certainly the lead of that coach, and and again, it's fun to celebrate the the athlete successes. And there's not a pairing show for the AAU tournament coming up, and there's not a pairing show for a lot of other things.
Right.
But there is for high school athletics that are education based, and we want to make sure we protect this along the way.
He's the commissioner of the IHSAA. It's Paul Neidig. Our weekly conversation about all things IHSAA related. We always remind you, go out, buy a ticket. I remind you to buy 2 instead of 1. Make your contribution on a daily and weekly basis to help fund our athletic programs for our student athletes around the state. Commissioner, have a great weekend. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you, Coach. I look forward to our weekly conversations.
Thanks for listening to The Commissioner's Corner with IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig and Coach Bob Lovell. And thank you for your continued support of the high schools in your community.
Halftime here at Valparaiso. Leo Staudaher, Jay Simmons with you, connecting the first half and the second half, where Merrillville, number 2 in our RSN poll, leads their Duneland Conference rival Valparaiso 27-21, and in what has been a bit of an offensive showdown here between these two DAC rivals. And we talked about it at the top of the broadcast. Merrillville 4-2, Valparaiso 1-5. This matchup, though, you kind of have to throw away the records.
Yes, you do.
These are two well-coached teams with a lot of talent on either side, and it's been on display here.
Yeah, yes, it has, especially on the offensive side. The first quarter, it seemed like the defenses were going to dominate a little bit after the first play. Then all of a sudden, it broke open like a dam, holding back the ocean, because there was 35 points scored in the second quarter, and offenses completely dominated. A couple turnovers here and there in the first quarter that sort of slowed down the scoring, but after that, it was insane, a ton of scoring. And let's go over it. Let's start with the first play from line of scrimmage, huh? If you're going to start, you can't score a lot if you don't score in the first play, right? And it started with Michael Hill, 77-yard run with the ball that came at 11:38 in the first quarter, and that's how it started. And then you all of a sudden you thought, here we go.
Yep.
Merrillville's just going to take them to the woodshed, and Cameron Jordan with a 9-yard carry that came at 53 seconds left in the first quarter. So at the end of the first quarter, missed PAT. At the end of the first quarter, all of a sudden you've got 13-0. And all of a sudden you're going, this is how it came out on paper. This is what it's how it's going to go. And they just then all of a sudden a little bit of flow got in there. Gage Finley, it came at 11:26 in the second quarter. Gage Finley with a 15-yard run, bam! All of a sudden we're like, wait a minute, we got a game, right? And the first score took 34 seconds into the second quarter, and then it really just took off from there. And then Gage Finley again with an 18-yard catch from Hosick. That came at 9 minutes. So you're talking 2 minutes and 26 seconds between scores. Then all of a sudden, Merrillville finds themselves down 14-13. And then J.Q. Johnson with a backward, I'm calling it a backward pass. Okay. So it would be technically a lateral, but a backward pass for 20 yards. That came at 7:09. So 2 minutes and 9 seconds in between his scores. So we're sort of on this 2-minute theme here. Then you got Sam Bernard with an 18-yard pass from Hosick. A little bit of a space there to, about 5 minutes off the clock, 2 minutes and 23 seconds. Then all of a sudden, Darnell Bowles with a 9-yard pass from Hill that came at 1:03. And that's where you got your score, 27-21. What a great quarter if you're an offensive person who likes to see a lot of scoring, a lot of ball movement up and down the field. I almost said court.
Not quite time for that yet.
No. But, yeah, just up and down, back and forth. Great play calling. Defenses sort of took the second quarter off, making for an exciting game here. The home crowd, as you can see, homecoming out on the field. They are excited. They've been loud. They've been boisterous. They've a lot of penalties that were called. Bad, a couple boos here and there, a couple cheers for the officials on the home side. But just an exciting second quarter.
And when you look at it for Valparaiso, homecoming, full house, sometimes these could be distraction-type games for coaches. You want to make sure your team's ready to play. They have been ready to answer the bell today. Trying to, and let's face it, 1-5, not what you expect from Valparaiso.
Yeah, it definitely. Once you saw that first quarter end and you're down 13-0, you're thinking, as it was written, so it'll be done. You just already thought, it's written on the wall, we're done, this is it, it's over. Then all of a sudden, Gage Finley comes in with a touchdown to start the second quarter, and Valparaiso hasn't looked back since. I mean, they're down at the half, but they get the ball to start the second half.
And this is a Doomland battle, both teams trying to pick up some wins near the end of the season, week 7, trying to make sure you're peaking at the right time towards late October, early November. And this has been a good one here at Valpo.
And, we talked at the beginning of the broadcast, and every year it seems like these two teams meet twice a year. Yeah. In week 7, then in regional. So it's a forecast here to sort of to see what's going on, because we talked about it and said if somebody's going to be able to put it on somebody, they're going to run this score up to demoralize them. If they meet in regionals again, they're going to be like, oh my gosh, here we go again, So it's what a great game tonight.
And even the way Merrillville has been able to, doesn't matter how much time is left on the clock, they've been able to move efficiently. They haven't let penalties disrupt them. They just seem to have that short memory. After a play doesn't go their way, the next one seems to go 15, 20 yards downfield.
And on that last touchdown pass from Hill could have wrote a book back there. He had so much time, and he was able to scan the field. And when I talked about previous on one of their touchdown passes where Hill was rolling out to one side and you cut your field down in half, well, all of a sudden you sit in the middle of the field and you got that whole field to scan. And he took advantage of it because he looked right, he looked left, and then, bam, he came back to the middle, and it was a nice touchdown pass right to Bowles. So, great job by that offensive line. Both offensive lines, if you're going to talk about a blue-collar player, both of those offensive lines have done an outstanding job tonight, giving their quarterbacks time. When you score this many points, your offensive line is really doing something.
Right. I like that call there, as it's been a good one here at Valparaiso. We're excited to see what the second half has in store. We'll step aside. When we come back, we'll take a look at some scores around the region. You're watching Game Night in the Region Sports on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
42.
Hi, my name is Mark Macknick. I'm the owner of Mark Macknick CPA firm in Highland, Indiana on Kennedy Avenue. I've been working with Region Sports for years now. Started working with Chris years ago, just on some special projects, advertising here and there. After a while, kind of increased the advertising. Mainly was doing it for the community involvement. It's such a great network and program they do with the high school sports. But as time went by, I started getting on there more frequently, and then the phone starts ringing, and I was getting calls all the time from people. Hey, I saw your ad on so-and-so football game. I saw your ad on a basketball game. And it's really helped my business. It's increased the volume. We're a tight community in Northwest Indiana, sports-wise, and just a lot of community involvement. So that's mainly why I got into it. I remember watching one game. It was a basketball game, and I think there was a little bit of an altercation. And as the altercation was happening, my ad was right on the bottom, and someone typed in, "I wonder what Mark Macknick's thinking right now." And I was thinking, wow, this is awesome. It's really been a great feature for my business. It's the only advertising I do. I don't advertise anywhere else other than Region Sports. It's for the business, but mainly for the involvement with the community. I played high school baseball here in Highland, and ever since I've been advertising on Region Sports, a lot of my old coaches are now my clients. A lot of my old teammates come in here. My recommendation, if you're a business here in Northwest Indiana, I think Region Sports is, for your money, it's one of the best places that you can advertise. I mean, I can advertise on billboards. I could do anywhere I want to. And I choose Region Sports mainly because I get a lot of feedback, especially on the high school level. A lot of the parents, if they can't make a game, they're watching it online. They're watching a replay, the grandparents. So it's done wonders for my business, and it's my go-to for advertising. It's the only spot I would advertise. So if you're a business owner in the area, really look into advertising on Region Sports. It's going to be well worth your money, and you'll make tenfold on what you're spending. Region Sports Network, they're the only game in town, but they're more than just a game.
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
At Strachan Van Til, we believe grocery shopping should be simple. Now, shopping is easier than ever with our new and improved website. Find what you need fast. Browse your favorite products, add them to your cart, and check out in just a few quick steps. Choose between convenient in-store pickup or let us handle the heavy lifting. From our shelves to your doorstep, skip the lines, shop your way, and spend more time on what matters most. With our rewards program, enjoy incredible savings and personalized offers every time you shop. Shop online now at strachanvantil.com or download our app today.
Hi, I'm Crowd Company's Lantern Man. If you're a contractor, it's my job to make your insurance coverage simple and affordable. Because I know time is money, I'll come to your business. Certificates and bonds are a snap. Wherever you are, whatever business you're in, we've got you covered. As Crowd Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowd Companies, insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialists.
This scoreboard update is courtesy of your neighborhood Strachan Van Til Food Market. Strachan Van Til. Shop online for delivery or curbside pickup at strachanvantil.com.
Am I supposed to take it over? Is that my cue?
I guess so. I can keep stalling if you need me to.
No, I'm just messing with you. All right, here we go. Andran, final 35-7 over Angola, so that was probably played on Eastern Standard Time. The rest of these are either at the half or in the third quarter. River Forest 15, Bishop Knowles 6. All right, I hate to ask what happened on the field, but all right, let's continue on. A bit of an upset alert here. We got Calumet 10. Wheeler 7 in the third quarter, so that's going to be interesting to see how that plays out as we move forward. Morton 56, Hammond Central 0, Munster 21, Highland 0. Ooh, that hurts. Hobart number 8 in the RSN 13, Hanover 9. Hanover putting in a battle. There we go. All right, here we go. Chesterton 10. Lake Central 6, that's in the third quarter. Crown Point all over LaPorte 42-6. Oh, and the same Florida Low Red Devils in the third quarter 42-0 over Kankakee Valley. Michigan City 22 to Portage 3. That's just the start of the third quarter. And our final scoreboard update, the Griffith Panthers all over Westside Cougars 42-6 at the Boneyard.
You can follow all of tonight's region football scores live on the Hometown Scoreboard, streaming on youtube.com/regionsports, facebook.com/regionsports, and regionsports.com, courtesy of your neighborhood Strachan Van Til, your favorite Indiana-made grocery store. One more break when we come back. Third quarter between the Vikings and the Pirates. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
With electrical services from Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, you can radiate the perfect amount of light and energy into your home. From rewiring and code upgrades to ceiling fans, lighting, security, and more, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling's trained electricians will make sure you can enjoy your home on full power all the time. For a free estimate on electrical work, call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling at 219-923-4441, and you can visit them on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com. That's the number 4ajobdoneright.com.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craftworkers for Indiana Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I have received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craftworkers for Indiana Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
Calling all current and future homeowners in the Northwest Indiana area. Whether you're buying or selling, Brent Wright is here to make your real estate journey smooth and successful. With years of experience, personalized service, and a deep knowledge of the market, Brent will help you find the perfect place or get the best deal for your property. Call today at 219-406-7195 and take the first step toward your real estate goals. Contact Brent Wright, the right way to buy and sell real estate.
When it comes to your money, you deserve more than just numbers on a page. You deserve someone who sees the full picture. Meet Mark Machnick, one of Northwest Indiana's most trusted accounting professionals. Whether you're running a business, planning for retirement, or just trying to make sense of tax season, Mark Machnick, located in Highland, makes it simple, personal, and believe it or not, painless. Contact Mark and his team today at 219-595-5290. Mark Machnick, CPA.
Life isn't always loud. Sometimes it's the quiet moments that matter the most. Of effort, of a dream taking root, And behind those moments, there's trust. Thank you for trusting Sentier Bank with those moments and making us a part of your story. Thank you for the opportunity to earn your trust.
At Blyce, we're used to having the athlete shop at our store.
Down, sit, put.
But sometimes they get carried away. Blyce, this is where the athlete shops.
Getting ready to start the third quarter here at Valparaiso. Leo Staudaher, Jay Simmons as the Valparaiso Vikings host the number 2 ranked Merrillville Pirates. Through 2 quarters, it's the Pirates leading the Vikings 27-21. Merrillville will be kicking to Valparaiso to start the third quarter.
Oh, man. Hopefully the defense has decided to join us for the third quarter, because the second quarter, 35 points in a quarter, that is absolutely crazy. So the defenses have got to step it up here, and I think the Vikings start with the ball, so the Vikings got to draw first blood here in the second half.
If you're the defensive coordinator for these teams, what are you saying to your team at the half, and what adjustments are you trying to make? Because it's been kind of a variety of play styles that have been able to end up in the end zone.
Yeah, definitely. And for Merrillville, I'm bringing heat. I'm bringing an extra man up. I'm bringing a free safety up. My goal is to force Valpo to pass the ball in this second half to get first downs, because they've been doing it so differently than they've been doing it all season with the running game. So now I'm going to decide to flip the switch. I'm bringing an extra man up. I'm blitzing somebody. I'm putting heat on this quarterback. I'm doing everything I can to put pressure on that offensive line, because the offensive line has done an outstanding job for the Vikings. So I'm bringing heat. I'm going man coverage over the top. Boom. That's it. And for Valparaiso, they've got to get some pressure on Hill. When he has all day to throw, he is deadly from back there. And let's keep the quarterback to under 30 yards of play on the running game, you know? I mean, in his first 4 carries, he had over 120 yards. So my goal is, to bring some heat. It's going to put some pressure on their defensive backs, because the Valparaiso defensive backs are a little bit undersized. It's going to bring some pressure on them, but, you know, Coach Marshall has been a riverboat gambler this whole game, and he's drawn aces every time. So let's see if he can keep it up in the second half.
This kickoff and all kickoffs are presented by Quintel Incorporated, handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country since 1994. Benito Gonzalez and the Merrillville Pirates will be kicking from right to left on your screens. Purple helmets, white jerseys, white pants. James Parisi and JQ Vernado will be back to return for the Vikings. Green helmets, green jerseys, and green pants. Third quarter about to begin. It was a great first half. We'll see what the next 2 quarters have in store for us as Gonzalez steps into his kick, lets it fly towards Parisi. He makes the grab near the 5, and he's going to roam to the right side. Weaves to the left, and then is dropped by Robert Newell. Took away what could have been a big return from Parisi, who has been very good on these kickoff returns this evening.
Well, that's the first step right there. Is Valparaiso's in the second quarter have been starting the ball around midfield because they've had such great kickoff returns. So that's a big step right there for the Pirates.
Defensive starters for the Pirates: Josiah Horton, Curon Moore, Damian Jones, and Stanley Freeman make up the defensive line. Aaron Coy Kendall, Amari Ellers, and Keith Edwards, the linebackers. Antoine Jenkins, Warren Brown, Greg Hughes, and DJ Cannon, the secondary. First down, it's a handoff to Finley, and then he is tackled near the line, maybe just able to get a yard on that carry.
All right, so we know the defenses can make a stop on a first down play.
Offensively for Valparaiso, Hosick at quarterback, Finley at running back, Parisi, Lovig, Medchichi, and Bernard at receiver, Haslat, Castile, Lape, Magyesi, and Gora, the offensive line from left to right. 2nd and 8 from the 27. Hosick brings his team to the line. 2 receivers to the left. They have a tight end on the left side of the line as well. Running out of time to get the snap off. He will give it to Finley. Finley pushes past a tackler, but Jones is able to hang on and take him down near the 30.
Yeah, Jones did a nice job, not horse cowling, but grabbed him and pulled him down by the arm so he didn't get the penalty. And you saw right there from the backside, from the wide side of the field, Merrillville was blitzing one of their outside linebackers, but too bad he was from the opposite side of play. Number 11, Keith Edwards, the outside linebacker, to the wide side of field, blitzed on that play.
So the nose of the football will be at the 29. 3rd and 6 to go for the Vikings. Shotgun formation. Hosick dropping back to pass. Pump fakes to his right. Has the pocket collapsing. He has nowhere to go. The Pirates will get to him in the backfield. Big stop on 3rd down.
Boy, and Merrillville right there blitzed 2 linebackers into the backfield, and what did I say? Hosick had no time to get rid of that ball. He had to duck, dodge, and hide in the backfield right there. Nowhere to go. Did the best thing he could was just tuck it. No, don't throw the pick, and punt it away.
Damian Jones was the first one to get to him. Got some help from his friends Josiah Horton and Kieran Moore for the sack, and now the punt team will be out for the Vikings. Trevor Faulkner will look to send it deep. Long booming punt towards Brown. His heels are near the 20 as he camps out under it and gets there. Now he looks to cut to the right side, and he will be stopped shy of the 30. So the Vikings not giving him much room to get further. And that will bring the Merrillville offense to the field. Led by Michael Hill at quarterback, J.Q. Johnson and Cameron Jordan at running back, Rynell Lewis at tight end, Rayshawn Shelley at wide receiver, Darnell Bowles and Michael Smoot make up the rest of the receiving core. For the offensive line, from left to right, Aaron White, Jalen Carter, Jamal Cherry, Tremaine Hemingway, and Josh Coulter.
Well done, Leo. Well done.
So now they'll have the ball at the 30. 9 minutes and 44 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Pirates lead 27-21. Hill in the backfield will go with play action and fires a strike to his right. Gets it to
number 0.
To Lewis, the tight end, who had some room to run after making the catch and picks up the first down. That first down is brought to you by Four Seasons Mechanical in Merrillville.
Yeah, Hill, again, all day to throw. He's able to pick apart a defense. He scanned to the left, went all the way back to his right. Boom.
From their own 49-yard line, it's another quick strike to Lewis. He breaks through one tackler and then continues to move forward for about 7 yards.
Yeah, Lewis, once he catches that ball, he can accelerate and also lower the boom on some of these defensive backs for Valparaiso.
At 6'5", 175 pounds, he is difficult to stop when he gets moving. And they go with the same play, 3rd time in a row, but 3rd time will not be the charm as the Vikings swarm to him and hammer him for a loss.
That was number 13 for the Vikings.
J.Q. Varnado with the stop.
Yeah, Varnado looked like he was in the huddle, because he knew exactly what was going on in that play and made a great tackle. Oh, it looks like a loss for about 3 yards.
3rd and 6 for the Pirates. They have 2 running backs in the backfield. They'll put Jordan in motion towards the left. Hill dropping back to pass. He's looking left. He's going to evade the pocket, goes to his left, and will go all the way to the Valpo sideline.
Looks like he's about the 42-yard line. It's going to be 4th down and 1.
So they appear to be keeping the offense out there. They've entered 4-down territory. That's brought to you by Four Seasons Mechanical in Merrillville. You can visit them on the web at fourseasonsmechanical.org. So this is where you got to watch.
Big play here for, it looks like they're confused in getting set up.
4th and 2. They have 14 seconds on the play clock. They continue to adjust personnel. Looking to send Smoot to the far right. 5 seconds to snap it. They put Jordan in motion. They'll toss it to him. Jordan has some room. He weaves forward, gets the first down, and then stopped as he crosses the 40.
Boy, nice job right there. Great blocking by Merrillville. Was able to kick out the defensive end linebacker that was stepping up. They kicked him out, and the running back just made a great job cutting underneath the block.
After the Four Seasons Mechanical first down, Hill will go to the air again. He's going to float one downfield looking for Lewis, but it was over his head and out of bounds. Incomplete.
Yeah, Varnado right there with great coverage. It was a little hitch and go pattern. He'll pump fake, tried to get the defensive back to bite on that pump fake, and then took off and nowhere to throw it. Even with that size, he wasn't able to fit it in there.
8 minutes, 32 seconds to play in the third quarter. Second down from the 39 following the incompletion. 2 receivers to either side. Ball's near the right hash mark. High snap. Hill on play action, hit as he throws, and it's intercepted by the Vikings. Intercepted with room to go. Gio Garcia Juarez with the interception.
Well, Juarez ought to be a wide receiver. He went up, extended his body all the way up, made a great catch with his hands. You don't see a defensive back make great catches like that. And then runs up the field and picks up about 15 yards after the interception. Well, it was a huge stop right there for Valparaiso.
Second turnover of the night forced by the Vikings. Dean Papakronis had the fumble recovery, and now Gio Juarez with the interception. The Vikings will take over on their own 38-yard line. Hosick puts Finley in motion. He will throw it to the right to Finley. He takes it on the swing, tries to shake through one defender, keeps going, and loses his helmet near the 40.
Well, a nice little swing pass, nice setup. Just wasn't able to execute the blocking out to the outside there by the Vikings. Just that swarming defense, great lateral speed by the Merrillville Pirates to be able to get there and only hold them to, it looks like, about a yard gain.
So Finley gets a yard. He will have to step off for a play as he lost his helmet. 2nd and 9, just over 8 minutes left to play. Cooper Gear in at running back. He stands to the right of Hosick. And it will be a handoff to Gear. He is able to drive forward along the right hash mark, picks up a couple to make it 3rd and about 5 for the Vikings.
Yeah, right there, it looked like he tripped over his own man's leg there because he had some room to run and nobody nearby him.
So 3rd and 5 from their own 43 after the 4-yard pickup by the freshman. Hosick with Finley to his right, 2 receivers to the left. They'll put Parisi in motion. It's a handoff to Finley, but Q-Ron Moore was able to read it, and he drops him for a loss.
Q-Ron Moore, 6'2", 280, just swallowed up Gage Finley at 188 pounds. That was a snack for him right there. Boy, he met him in the backfield. Big-time play for the Merrillville Pirates right there on 3rd down.
So Q-Ron Moore, a long-time starter at that defensive line for the Pirates, gets a big stop for a 2-yard loss, and it sends out Faulkner and the punt team. So the Vikings unable to capitalize on that interception. We'll have to send this one away. And Faulkner will send it deep downfield towards Walker. He leans back, it squeaks out of his hands. He picks it up at the 5, and then Thorgren, the long snapper, gets to him. So nearly a disastrous play for the Pirates. They avoid the turnover, but they will take over inside their own 10-yard line.
Yeah, they dodged a bullet on that one right there. Vikings able to cover and get down there, and they're going to 91-yard field. Oh, they're going to mark it at, looks like about the 9-yard line. Yeah. So 91-yard field for the Pirates to go.
It's always exciting when you see the long snapper and Thorgren get downfield and deliver that first contact. And so 1st and 10 from the 9 for the Pirates. 2 running backs in the backfield with Hill. He's going to keep it, trying to break through the middle, and he's going to charge forward, getting about 6 yards on that keeper.
Hey, they're holding him way below his average at 6 yards.
Keeping it in single digits. 2nd and 4 for the Pirates now following that keeper from Hill. 6 minutes, 27 seconds and counting to play in the third quarter.
Pirates don't go into the huddle.
So keeping the tempo. Jordan and Johnson both in at running back. They will put Lewis in motion from right to left. It's a handoff to J.Q. Johnson. He's going to boogie to the left side of the line, keeps going, and he will be swarmed to by Fedorchuk and a couple of his friends. But it will be enough for the Four Seasons Mechanical first down.
Great job by Johnson right there, setting up his block to the outside. He gave a little head fake like he was going inside, helped his block run, and bounced it to the outside for a nice pickup on 2nd down.
1st and 10 from the 19. Hill and Johnson in the backfield. Hill steps back to pass. Pressure from the right side. He's going to avoid it. Throws one downfield, hits his man, Lewis. And Lewis will get the first down.
Boy, great job. Well, we got a penalty on the play. But Hill, great job extending that play to the outside, drawing the defense up, and then just flipping it right over the top of them to his receiver for a nice pickup. But it's going to be, let's see what we got.
As we will get the announcement. An eligible man downfield by the Pirates. So they will have to go backwards there.
5-yard penalty.
So they will take over on their own 15-yard line, thereabouts. 5:42 left to play. 1st and 15.
Yeah, no scoring yet in this quarter. What a novelty, Leo.
The way this one's going, it could happen on any play, so I'm not too concerned. Pirates lead 27-21. It's a handoff to Johnson. He pushes past one defender and then is forced out of bounds by Vernado. But J.Q. Johnson able to pick up a few yards there and avoid that early contact, making it 2nd and 10.
Yeah, nice job. Right back to where they started. So let's see what the Pirates can do. Oh, they're moving it back. Looks like about 2nd and 11.
So the ball's near the left hash mark. They'll be on their own 19-yard line. Johnson in motion to the right. Hill with the pump fake. He will locate Lewis downfield. He is wrapped up and brought down by Fedorchuk, but he will pick up enough for the first down.
That's Lewis's 4th catch in this quarter. He's having a heck of a quarter. He's being able to find some open spots. Hill is just drilling that ball in there. Again, Hill has all day to throw, though.
Following the Four Seasons mechanical first down, Hill drops back to pass, looks downfield. It's J.Q. Johnson on the left side. He will be sent out of bounds at the 40. Evan Courtney with the tackle.
Yeah, J.Q. Johnson just sort of squirts out of the backfield. Too much for a linebacker to cover right there and picks up 9 on the play.
So the Pirates hustle to the line as the Vikings adjust personnel. 2nd and a short yard to go. Keeper for Hill. He has room up the middle. He still goes down the runway. Michael Hill is going to take it all the way to the end zone for a Merrillville touchdown.
Wow, he just scampered. What was the ball at? About the
41 of
41,
Merrillville.
So 59-yard touchdown run. Wow, what a game he is having.
So Michael Hill with his 2nd rushing touchdown on another explosive play makes it 33-21 for the Pirates with 5:08 remaining in the 3rd quarter.
Nice job. Just little head fake like he's going to throw the ball and just boom, just accelerates up the field, little play action, fake of the play action pass, and boy, he can accelerate. He's unstoppable once he gets in the open field.
The PAT from Gonzalez is good, making it 34-21. Merrillville with the lead. 5:08 remaining in the 3rd quarter. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
At Strachan Van Til, we believe grocery shopping should be simple. Now, shopping is easier than ever with our new and improved website. Find what you need fast. Browse your favorite products, add them to your cart, and check out in just a few quick steps. Choose between convenient in-store pickup or let us handle the heavy lifting. From our shelves to your doorstep. Skip the lines, shop your way, and spend more time on what matters most. With our rewards program, enjoy incredible savings and personalized offers every time you shop. Shop online now at strachanvantil.com or download our app today.
Hi, I'm Crowd Company's Lantern Man. If you're a contractor, it's my job to make your insurance coverage simple and affordable. Because I know time is money, I'll come to your business. Certificates and bonds are a snap. Wherever you are, whatever business you're in, we've got you covered. As Crowd Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowd Companies, insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
This kickoff and all kickoffs are presented by Quintel Incorporated, handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country since 1994. So a 59-yard touchdown from Michael Hill adds to the lead for the Pirates. Parisi takes the kickoff return, has to stay in bounds, and then a punishing hit from Newell knocks him out of bounds. So 5:04 left to play. Hosick and the Viking offense make their way back onto the field.
Leo, you said it best. I said there's been no scoring in this quarter, and boom. 3 or 4 plays later, Hill just snaps one off, 59-yard touchdown run. Wow.
So now the Vikings need an answer quickly if they want to stay in this game. Now it's a 2-touchdown advantage for Merrillville. Hosick with 3 receivers to his right. Vikings showing pressure from Ellis. Hosick looks right, threads the needle to Parisi. He will shimmy forward to the 30 for a completion on first down.
And what a great block out there by number 7 of the Valparaiso Vikings. The receiver that was out there,
that was Troy Danzy.
Troy Danzy saved the pick 6 right there and was able to block. Let's see, that was Keith Edwards coming up on the blitz. If he doesn't block him, he picks that ball off.
Second down, 6 to go following the completion to Parisi. Finley at running back to the left of Hosick. One receiver on the right side, that is Danzy. Hosick in the pocket. Lofts one over to Finley, and he tries to reel it in with the right hand while also having pressure from the linebacker and couldn't quite handle it. Eller was the linebacker just a step behind Finley.
Yeah, again, what did I say? What was Merrillville game plan defensively coming into the second half? They were going to blitz and go man over the top, and every pass play, Hosick has not had time. He's had to throw off his back foot.
So just over 4 minutes left to play, 3rd and 6. This is a big spot here for the Vikings to try to keep this drive going and stay in this game. They have trips to the left. Hosick's looking left, and then he will try to escape the backfield, but Q-Ron Moore was waiting for him. Damian Jones with the finishing move. That will bring up 4th down, and the punt team from Valpo.
And again, the pass rush getting to Hosick. They blitzed 1, rushed 5 on that play, and the Valparaiso offensive line just can't withstand the blitzing of the Merrillville Pirates.
It's a 1-yard loss, and so Faulkner will look to send this back. The Pirates looking to avoid any miscues on the punt return. They bring Warren Brown back out to return after Walker had the last punt return. It's a long one from Faulkner. Takes the first bounce just past the 20, continues to roll downfield. Bernardo waiting for it as it seems to finally run out of steam around the 7-yard line. Maybe the 8. But so another long field for Michael Hill and the Pirates.
Yeah, well, we've seen him pop off those runs before. Hill is unstoppable with his legs today.
Yeah, Michael,
he's got to be well over 200 yards rushing.
Oh, for sure. Just with his touchdowns alone, one of 77, one of 59. That puts him over 100, and then you think of all the other lengthy ones. Yes. He's had a couple 20-yarders in there, and he's been very explosive.
You know, he's only had only 5 or 6 yards. Let's be real.
And he's a junior, too, so a lot of room for him to continue to grow and develop. It's scary to think what he could accomplish next season as a senior as he throws a swing pass to the right to Johnson. He shakes past Wheeler, who delivered the first contact and then is eventually brought down as Reese Balog was able to get to him. But Johnson avoided that contact from Wheeler, who was trying to stop him for a loss. But then he will be stopped, still past the line of scrimmage, but less of a loss than it could have been.
Yeah, great job right there by the Viking defense. Let's see if they can slow him down here for the second half.
Ball's now at the 6-yard line, 11 yards to go. It will be a handoff to Johnson. He's going to go to the right side of the line. He gets past a couple tacklers and past the line of scrimmage. Will get a few yards on that second down carry.
Yeah, Johnson right there. Great job of setting up his blockers, sort of paused, made it look like he was going to run to the inside, then bounces it outside in between the tight end and wide receiver and picks up about 3 yards on the play. 3rd down and manageable, about 3rd and 6.
Hill on 3rd down. Play action. Throws it towards Jordan. It pops out of his hands. The Vikings try to play it on the bounce, but it falls to the turf, incomplete.
I like that call. Play it on the bounce. Jordan didn't look like he was ready for the pass.
No, he was still turning towards
Hill had a little bit of pressure on him, but he could have taken his time, either A, hold on to the ball a little longer, or B, throw a little bit softer so Jordan could turn his head and get to the ball.
So this will be only the second time we've seen the punt team from Merrillville tonight. Darian Wiggins back in the ball's on his own 5-yard line, sends a punt shy of the midfield logo. Parisi's going to take it. He's got room to go. Gets to the 30, and then is hammered by
59.
Dylan Duncan. Was able to drop him and halt his momentum.
Looked like he was starting to try and put on the brakes. He saw the truck coming right at him and tried to put on the brakes and got slammed to the ground.
So Duncan was able to stop that return at the 29.
With authority.
Yeah. So now we'll see Kellen Hosick and the Valparaiso offense. They need to answer here with 2 minutes, 23 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Have the ball at the right hash mark. They put Parisi in motion. They'll just toss it to Parisi. He's trying to follow the blockers downfield. He gets inside the 25 and then is shoved down towards the Valpo sideline.
Again, Parisi does a great job. He gets to the sideline, then lets his blockers push those guys to the outs a little bit further outside, cuts it back inside for a nice gain on first down. Going to be second down and about 3.
7-yard pickup for Parisi on first down. Under 2 minutes left to play in the third quarter. Merrillville leads 34-21. Valparaiso trying to stick in this one on their homecoming. Hosick in the shotgun. This time it's a handoff to Finley. He runs out of room as Keith Edwards was there waiting for him.
Edwards blitzed right into that play. They've been blitzing that outside linebacker from the wide side of the field many times in the second half, and it paid off big time for right there. Held them to only a 2 or 3 yard gain. So third and manageable. And Leo, we all know this is going to be 4-down territory. Yep. The Quintel 4-down territory, correct?
Four Seasons Mechanical.
Four Seasons, I'm sorry.
Sure, Quintel appreciates
the
extra love. 4 yards to go for Hosick and the Vikings. They'll hand it off to Finley. Finley trying to power forward, but Ellis gets to him. So that will bring up fourth down. Under a minute left to play. They've entered 4-down territory, and it's brought to you by Four Seasons Mechanical in Merrillville. You can visit them on the web at fourseasonsmechanical.org.
Yeah, fourth down, and it looks like a long 2. Do you go long 2 or short 3?
Now we see Finley kind of limping off the field. Cooper Gear will take his place.
Ooh, that's going to hurt.
So 2 yards to go. Under 30 seconds left on the game clock. 6 seconds on the play clock. Hosick rolling left. Looking downfield. Throws one towards the sideline.
Did he catch it?
Waiting for the signal.
Are making sure. Look, they're calling him inbounds, so it's going to be a catch.
He found Parisi.
The official right on top of the play called it a catch, and then the official from the middle of the field came over and said he did not have his 2 feet in. So one official's looking at the ball, one official was looking at his feet. Good job by the officials collaborating on that play.
Bill Marshall pleading his case on the sideline, looking for an explanation.
Well, yeah, and I'm assuming he's pleading the case that the official on top of the play called it a catch. The official, from about 20 yards away, called it incomplete. So, and he's got a bit of a case out there, but great job. Sorry, Leo. Great job by the officials collaborating on that play.
It will be a turnover on downs as the Vikings couldn't quite get another 4th down conversion, so Merrillville takes over with 15 seconds remaining in the quarter on their own 22-yard line. Tight formation for the Pirates. Hill takes the snap, hands it off to J.Q. Johnson. He looks to lower the shoulder on the right side, but the defensive front of the Vikings get to him and prevent any gain. And that will run things out of the third quarter. Fourth quarter's coming up next. We've got a good one here in Valparaiso where the Merrillville Pirates lead over the Valparaiso Vikings 34-21. Fourth quarter action coming up next, so stick around. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
From lighting up Friday night football to powering the classrooms that shape the students of Lake County, IBEW Local 697 is proud to support our region's schools and the communities we call home. A career as a union electrician could be your next great move. Your next cap might be a hard hat. IBEW Local 697, powering futures, powering the region.
Fourth quarter about to begin here at Valparaiso, where Merrillville is trying to move downfield. 2nd and 10. Leo Staudaher, Jay Simmons with you on the call. Zach Sinelli and Martin Murillo round out our crew, doing a great job producing and capturing all the action. Michael Hill in the backfield, J.Q. Johnson at running back. 2 receivers to either side. The snap, Hill passing to his right, finds Bogard, looks to avoid Needles, the defensive back, but then Needles gets help from a couple of his friends. They stop him shy of the 30.
Again, nice job by Hill getting rid of that ball quickly, not allowing the pass rush to get to him, taking advantage of the soft coverage by the outside defensive backs by Valparaiso. Picks up a nice gain on 2nd down, 3rd down and 4.
6-yard pickup through the air, so makes it 3rd and manageable for the Pirates.
3rd down and manageable opens up the playbook.
Viking fans making some noise as Hill will be in the shotgun. They send motion to the right. Jordan, the receiver, in motion. Hill's looking right, looking for Jordan. He makes the catch and will work forward. Knocked out of bounds to the Valpo sideline. Fry with the tackle, but it's enough for a Four Seasons Mechanical first down.
Yeah, nice job. They had 2 receivers out there. The outside receiver ran an in pattern, taking all the defensive backs with them and opened it up for a nice passing lane from Hill to his receiver.
The Vikings will be backed up to the Merrillville 39-yard line. The Pirates trying to drive downfield. They put Jordan in motion to the left. Oh. And the snap gets away from Hill. He has to go back and get to it. Picks it up off the turf. He's still looking to throw. He's going to loft one downfield to Smoot, who goes leaping but lands out of bounds. Incomplete. So a wacky play there that almost turned into something, but it will just be scored as an incompletion.
And nice job by the offensive lineman. Nobody downfield after he threw that ball away. But a great job, great presence of mind by Hill, the junior, to pick that ball up, saw nobody was around him, and just chucked the ball as far as he could down the field.
Those broken plays can sometimes turn into chaos.
Yes.
When nobody knows where to go. But that was well handled by the Pirates, setting up for 2nd and 10. And this time it's a completion to Jordan, but Fedorchuk was waiting for him as he was bobbling the reception. And Fedorchuk muscles him to the Valpo sideline.
Yeah, Jordan did a nice job extending his hands, tipping that ball back to himself and coming up with it just in time before the linebacker from Valparaiso came up and knocked him good.
2-yard pickup for Jordan, making it 3rd and 8 for the Pirates. Hill scanning his options, floats one towards Johnson, and Johnson is hit by Fry, but he was able to get the first down.
Valparaiso sold out right there. They blitzed 6 and went man coverage, and luckily the defensive back Fry was able to come over and make the tackle before Jordan was able to accelerate and go down the field for a touchdown.
So Fry prevents a touchdown, but it's still a Four Seasons Mechanical first down. Here's Michael Hill, avoids one tackler, continues to scoot forward towards the 40, getting about 6 yards on that first down carry.
Yeah, they held him down. That's a good job right there. Only 6 yards on a carry.
10 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. 2nd and 5 from the 41 for Merrillville. So now Merrillville 2 with the 34-21 lead. Time is on their side. They can kind of take their time in an instance like this,
yes,
running the up-tempo offense, but still work the play clock under 15 seconds.
Yeah, you want to snap it at about 5.
So here they go. Lewis going to the left side of the line. They might run out of time here. So even though time is on their side, they will have to take a timeout, and we will take a look at some scores. This scoreboard update is courtesy of your neighborhood Strachan Van Til Food Market.
Okay, there we go. 14-10.
Zach Zanelli with the assist here.
Yeah, and I forgot I need my glasses to see that tiny print. Was it 14-9 or 14-10?
Which game is that?
That was Wheeler, right? All right, let's get that penciled in here. Where we at?
In the Calumet-Wheeler game. So Calumet leads 15-14.
Calumet is up 15.
16-14. I need the glasses, too.
Yeah, you do. You already got them on, Leo. All right, so we'll start right there with that one. Calumet 16, Wheeler 14. As we already know, Andrean finished up. That was 35-7 over Angola. Let's see. Hurry up here. We got Chesterton 13, Lake Central 6, Michigan City 29, Portage 3, and at Hanover we have 28-16. The Brickies up 28-16. Sorry.
Swing pass to the right. J.Q. Johnson takes it, looks to weave to the left. There was a penalty marker thrown as he is twisted down, so we'll sort all this out when the officials make the announcement.
And let's see, one other score. Where is that score at? Chesterton is 20-6 over Lake Central.
So let's see what the call is here. Holding on the offense.
Yeah, it looks like the receiver to the outside that was right at the point of attack, making a block to seal out the defensive back coming up to make the tackle. Got caught with his hands in the cookie jar.
So that will send the Pirates the opposite direction they were hoping to go. 9 minutes and 20 seconds to play here. And counting makes it 2nd and 15 from their own 49. So they'll look to cross over back into Valpo territory. Long pass downfield towards J.Q. Johnson. And he is angled into his team's sideline on a lengthy pickup there.
Boy, those backs sneaking out of the backfield have been his best friends here in the second half. Just little flare passes to the sides. And those two running backs, boy, once they catch that ball, they can accelerate down the field. So it's going to be 3rd down and 5, and somebody just called a timeout.
So let's see. We will step aside as we get things sorted out here. Merrillville leads 34-21. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craftworkers for Indiana Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I have received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craftworkers for Indiana Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
Calling all current and future homeowners in the Northwest Indiana area. Whether you're buying or selling, Brent Wright is here to make your real estate journey smooth and successful. With years of experience, personalized service, and a deep knowledge of the market, Brent will help you find the perfect place or get the best deal for your property.
So following the injury timeout, it's 3rd and 5, just over 9 minutes left to play. It's a pass for Merrillville. Hill fires a strike to Lewis, who had to lean forward, and he will be able to reel it in. He'll get enough yardage for the first down and a few more. Because now there's a Merrillville player. He's just tying his shoe, I think. It was a Four Seasons Mechanical first down. So new set of downs for the Pirates. Just under 9 minutes left to play.
Now, what a nice catch right there. That was Lewis, right?
Yes, Rydell Lewis, the tight end.
Wow, what a great catch. He is having himself a heck of a second half here in this game.
And they've really been able to get him involved after those halftime adjustments. Hill, they'll go through the air again. Hill fires one downfield looking for Smoot, and he makes the catch. The Pirates add another one. Michael Smoot with the receiving touchdown. with 8 minutes and 33 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. This feels like a pivotal spot for Merrillville.
What a great job by Hill. He, again, sitting in the pocket, having all day to throw, through a dart to his receiver, and just right into the end zone. Well covered, though, by the defensive backs of Valparaiso. But when you thread the needle like that, he hit him perfectly in stride. Hill is, he is having a coming-out party tonight.
Makes it a 40-21 lead, and the PAT from Gonzalez is good, so you can make it a 41-21 advantage with 8 minutes, 33 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. Merrillville with the lead. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world. Simple tasks, guaranteed results, every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the NECA contractors and electrical workers of Local 531.
This kickoff and all kickoffs are presented by Quintel Incorporated, handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country since 1994. So a 29-yard passing touchdown from Michael Hill to Michael Smoot makes it a 41-21 lead for the Pirates. Jimmy Parisi will take this kickoff return. He's going to look to weave from left back to right, and then he is tripped up just shy of the 25-yard line.
It looked like he had a little bit of room to that sideline, and somebody just caught him by the legs and took him down.
So now for Merrillville, leading 41-21. We'll see if their defense can continue to stifle the Vikings here in the second half.
It was Devon Barlow on the tackle right there.
So the Vikings will take over on their own 24-yard line with just under 8.5 minutes left to play. Hosick and company will have to move quickly to try to put points on the board. In front of a homecoming crowd that has continued to stay in their seats. It's a handoff to Finley. He has nowhere to go as the defensive line of the Pirates quickly sniffs that one out.
Yeah, it looks like that was number 50 with the initial contact.
That was Damian Jones.
Yeah, they gotta move with a sense of urgency. You're down 20 points. You got to pick up the pace here a little bit.
So they'll move to the line of scrimmage. 8-minute mark here in the fourth quarter. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Ball's at the right hash mark. They're calling for a receiver, looking for Lovig in motion. And Hosick has to escape some pressure. He will not. The Pirates get to him near the line of scrimmage. He will actually be able to get a yard, but that was not what they were looking for there.
No, not at all. Hosick did a great job of eluding the pass rush by Jones right there. Jones shot up the A gap and was in the backfield. Hosick did a nice little head fake and was able to, make something out of nothing right there. Got a couple yards, so they're only 3rd and 6 here. They need a big conversion.
So Finley will be to the right of Hosick in the backfield. They put Lovig in motion towards the left. Merrillville showing pressure. They will send an additional blitzer. Pass downfield. Hosick connects with Machichi, and then he is twisted down, but he gets the first down. Well, that was Parisi with the reception.
That nice job of Hosick extending the play. Once he came out of the pocket, knew he had a long distance to go and was able to extend the play, and then one of his receivers popped open at the last second, picking up the first down.
They'll be able to get the Four Seasons mechanical first down, under 7 minutes left to play. So time becoming important for the Vikings. Hosick dropping back to pass. Avoids one rusher. He's got Edwards just behind him. And he makes the pass downfield, threads the needle to Parisi. who was able to lean back and fall down with style to make the catch.
I like that. Yeah, Parisi did a great job making himself available to the quarterback, getting in his line of vision, and Hosick, again, extending the play, did a great job throwing across his body. Bam. Pickup of 7 on first down.
So 2nd and 3 to go following that back-to-back completions to Parisi. Hosick takes a snap, sends one downfield, and it
batted
was
at the
broken
line.
up. Yeah, swatted down and incomplete.
Jones having himself a nice little quarter going, or a nice series right here, getting into the backfield, and then once he senses he can't get into the backfield, puts his hands up and bats the ball down.
He's been very noticeable here in the second half.
Yes, he has.
Just over 6 minutes left to play, and this Merrillville defense has really stepped up after it was a wild second quarter. 35 total points scored in that second frame. So now Hosick in the shotgun.
Bringing the house, Merrillville.
Merrillville blitzing 2 linebackers. Hosick trying to escape pressure in the backfield, and he will be dropped for a loss near the Merrillville sideline. Brings up 4th down.
I think Coach Marshall's going to go for it. He's got nothing to lose. It's 5:47, and you're down 20 points. You got nothing to lose right here.
They've entered 4-down territory. That's brought to you by our friends at Four Seasons Mechanical in Merrillville. You can visit them on the web at fourseasonsmechanical.com. 4th and 5 for the Vikings from their own 43-yard line. 5.5 minutes left to play, so this could be one of the turning points in the ball game if they're able to convert. 3 receivers out left, 1 to the right. Hosick's looking left. He's got pressure coming from both sides. He fires one downfield, and it is incomplete.
Boy, he had a receiver in the middle of the field, right in the middle of the V for Valpo, wide open. Got to take what you can. That would have been enough for the first down, but he must have felt a little bit of pressure because he was dancing around. He did have the pocket closing in on him, and just threw an air pass right there. But Hosick's had a nice game tonight.
So the Merrillville offense will take over on Valpo's 43. So feels like another big 4th down stop here in the second half. The Merrillville defense has been able to rise to the occasion here after the halftime break.
And we got a scoring update. Final just rolling in. Chesterton 27, Lake Central 6. Thanks to Joe Skavark at the game, texting me as we go along.
So now they put Jordan in motion. It'll be a pitch to the right to Jordan. He's going to look to try to dance forward near the 40. So a bit of an option play there from the Pirates, and it picks up a few yards.
Yeah, it might be time to take Hill out of the game and bring in your backup quarterback. You're up 20 points with just under 5 minutes left in the game. You don't want to risk any injury.
On 2nd down, it'll be a handoff to Jordan. He looks to cut to the left side of the line, pushes past one defender, keeps moving. It's a shoestring tackle by
number 5 for
that
the
was
Vikings.
Garcia Juarez. Again, he has been very noticeable today. He had the interception, a couple of aggressive tackles. And now it's 3rd and 4. So the Pirates trying to continue driving forward. The Vikings looking for a stop. Merrillville will put 3 receivers split out to the right, 1 to the left. That's Lewis on the left side. Here's the snap. Hill looking downfield. Who else but Rynell Lewis makes the catch. He's got room to run. He will go all the way to the end zone. It's another touchdown through the air for the Pirates.
37-yard pass from Hill to Lewis. Lewis is having himself a second half. I think that's about his 5th or 6th catch.
So Lewis goes 37 yards to the end zone. Merrillville adds another, increasing the lead 47-21 with 3:55 to play in this one. So Gonzalez gets ready for the PAT. The snap, the hold, and the kick, all good, and it will now be a 48-21 lead for the Pirates with 3:54 left to play in this one. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world. Simple tasks, guaranteed results, every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the NECA contractors and electrical workers of Local 531.
This kickoff and all kickoffs are presented by Quintel Incorporated, handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country since 1994. As Gonzalez boots it downfield towards the end zone for a touchback, and this scoreboard update is courtesy of your neighborhood Strachan Van Til Food Market. Strachan Van Til, your favorite Indiana-made grocery store.
And here we go. Chesterton 27, Lake Central 6. And I'm confirming if that is a final. And we got Michigan City 43-13 over the Portage Indians. And possibly the big comeback of the night, we got Wheeler 21, Calumet 16. The last scoreboard update, we had Calumet 16-14. Now Wheeler has answered and has taken the lead for the first time since the early in the second quarter when it was 7-2. Oh, that was a barn burner there tonight.
So Hosick and the Vikings take over on their own 20, trailing 48-21. It's a handoff to Finley. He will lower the shoulders and try to go forward, but he is surrounded by the Pirates. Not much room to go, but he'll pick up about 3 yards.
So as it stands right now, Merrillville will be 4-1 in conference. Chesterton, a surprise, 4-1 in conference. There's the haves and have-not in this dueling conference. And Michigan City, 4-1. I wonder who all their losses are to.
Well, Michigan City fell to Merrillville 2 weeks ago.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so they still have to play Crown Point.
And it's another run play for the Vikings. This one, really not much room to go for Finley. He will be stopped for a loss.
So, yeah, so it's sort of the then you look at LaPorte. 1-4. Lake Central, 1-4. Valpo, 1-4. There's like a fine line in this conference. The haves and have-nots. So we got a minute here. Let's talk about next week.
Sure thing. What do we got in store for next week's broadcast?
Well, next week they're breaking up the A-team, Leo. I don't know what's going on. I have to talk to the commander-in-chief here.
As Hosick throws a screen pass to Finley, he's going to squeak forward, weaves his way upfield, and is eventually brought down at the 38-yard line.
We got this
for Four Seasons Mechanical first down.
We got a Merrillville player still sitting there.
All right, Sean Meeks with the tackle.
And here we go. We got Valparaiso at Portage next week. Merrillville at Lake Central. Leo, you'll be at that Lake Central game. I think it's about your second or third time at
That'll
Lake
be my third time at
time.
LC. So it's a nice, easy drive for me to make, so that'll be nice.
Yeah, and you've seen the Merrillville Pirates how many times this year, too?
Yeah, this is my third time seeing them this season, so I'll have number 4 next week.
Nice. It does make for a good broadcast when you're used to seeing these teams. This is my first time seeing these two teams. Let's continue on. All right.
Valparaiso takes a timeout following the
first
down.
We got Crown Point at Chesterton. I will be partnering up with Michael Bradner.
Can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, no, the dynamic duo, Michael Bradner and Jay Simmons at that one. And then Michigan City at LaPorte. That'll be Quincy Bell doing the play-by-play and Joey Henrik doing the color there. And, yeah, then we'll have the studio staff, Andrew Not So Mild, Mike Dewan, and Justin Cole in there. So that'll be – did I just say the Three Stooges?
You just did, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to have some fun with this.
Hosick rolling right, running out of time, throws one near the feet of Machichi as he had to avoid that pressure from that looked like Hughes in the backfield, taking away the time he had to set up and throw.
All right, but I think even more fun is what we got 2 weeks from now. So that would be 10-17. So at let's see, Lex Central at Valparaiso, and then we've got. I think going into this game, if Wheeler can pull this off tonight against Calumet, it'll be Griffith. Well, Griffith will have Calumet next week, but Griffith at Wheeler, that'll be a real fun game to do. That's
Hosick passing, pump fakes, avoiding pressure. Moore wraps him up, and he still is able to get rid of it. Was looking downfield for Finley, but it was incomplete. Huron Moore made that one difficult.
I'll be with the other Leo.
That's the correct spelling of my last name. That's S-T-A-U-D-A-C-H-E-R.
Okay, well, you know what, Leo, I've been saying your Leo so long I didn't even know what your last name was.
Leo Staudaher, Jay Simmons with you on the call.
Yeah, that will be at the Griffith-Wheeler game. That's going to be a fun one. I think that's going to be a good matchup. Two good teams coming in together, fighting for a conference title right there.
Yeah, Griffith, one of those teams that's been heating up a lot these last couple years.
Oh, big time.
Hosick reels it in with one arm to avoid any miscues on the snap. He'll tuck it and run and goes out of bounds towards his sideline, trying to pick something up there.
And then continuing on, we got Portage at LaPorte, Chesterton at Merrillville. And then again, we got back at the studio. So it's going to be an exciting 2 weeks coming up here for the RSN staff and for you fans watching the games. A lot of great games on the menu.
Certainly the fun time of the year as we flip the calendar towards October. You get an idea of how these teams, who the contenders are, and which teams are thinking about booking hotel rooms in Indianapolis towards the end of November, and that postseason football right around the corner. Hosick looking to pass. He will connect with Bernard. Bernard has room to run. He weaves to the right, keeps going to the 20, where he's eventually stopped by Warren Brown. But Kellen Hosick connects with Sam Bernard, who takes a long run after the catch to the red zone. So that's a long Four Seasons mechanical first down with just under 2 minutes left to play. So the Vikings not giving up yet.
No, they haven't. So, yeah, next week, Griffith is at Calumet. So if Wheeler had this much tough of a time against Calumet, then it's going to be a showdown there between Griffith and Calumet next week going into that final game we're going to do, Leo.
Pocket collapsing near Hosick. He's just going to throw it away as...
Well, he got tackled really awkwardly.
Yeah.
Hopefully he didn't get his leg caught underneath himself.
So that's a scary sight, too, and what you want to avoid, too, at the end, last 2 minutes, you want to make sure everybody leaves the game healthy as the Vikings next week have a matchup at Portage, so you want to make sure everybody, especially your signal caller, is healthy for that one.
Yep.
Minute 36 left to play. Hosick will get back on his feet and be in the shotgun here with Finley to his left.
Yeah, that'll be one of the games we're covering next week.
He finds Bernard again. Bernard moves past the defender as a flag is thrown. Bernard keeps moving inside the 10, but let's find out what this call will be. Minute 28 left to play. And we'll see if this one ends up coming back. At the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll name the Crowell Companies Lantern Man Superhero of the game. Crowell Companies, proud to recognize the superheroes on the football field, and that was on the offense, so that moves the Vikings back some. At the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll name the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game, brought to you by Boilermakers Local 374. Earn while you learn with Boilermakers Local 374.
Yeah, that first one may not be that tough. We're not going to, even though there's a lot of scoring in this game, I think one player really stuck out in tonight's game.
For sure. So second and a long 25 for the Vikings. Hosick has Freeman barreling towards him, and Freeman will drop him in the backfield for a sack. So under a minute left to play. It'll be third.
And a country mile.
Yep. So the Vikings.
They have to make it from Lake County to the end of Porter County is how far they've got to go.
So the ball will be spotted at the 43, third and 33 to go. 42 seconds remaining. So we'll see what the Vikings roll up here. Merrillville next week at Lake Central, as we mentioned, another game that we will have coverage of on Region Sports Network.
Yeah, we've got a great slate coming up the next 2 weeks. I'm excited about it. Great way to end the season, get rolling into the playoff season.
Vikings will take another timeout, just going over strategy. We will be back to wrap up the final 25 seconds. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
When it comes to your money, you deserve more than just numbers on a page. You deserve someone who sees the full picture. Meet Mark Machnick, one of Northwest Indiana's most trusted accounting professionals. Whether you're running a business, planning for retirement, or just trying to make sense of tax season, Mark Machnick, located in Highland, makes it simple, personal, and believe it or not, painless. Contact Mark and his team today at 219-595-5290. Mark Machnick, CPA.
At Blyce, we're used to having the athlete shop at our store.
Down.
1, 2, 3.
Third and 33 for the Vikings. Hosick lets one fly, gets his man downfield, connects with Lovig.
He got a fourth and manageable, about 4th and 17. And that's, I'm going to assume they're going to.
As they will hustle back to the line. 4th and long. This will be the last play of the game. Hosick avoiding pressure, looking downfield. Nearly intercepted, but it drops incomplete. And that's how this one will end. Merrillville will defeat Valparaiso 48-21 after a wild first half. The defense of the Pirates steps up in the second half to hold the Vikings scoreless in the third and fourth quarter. Merrillville will improve to 5-2 on the year, while Valparaiso falls to 1-6. We will wrap this one up, hand out some post-game hardware. When we come back, you're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Life isn't always loud. Sometimes it's the quiet moments that matter the most. Of effort, of a dream taking root. And behind those moments, there's trust. Thank you for trusting Centier Bank with those moments and making us a part of your story. Thank you for the opportunity to earn your trust.
At Strachan Van Til, we believe grocery shopping should be simple. Now, shopping is easier than ever with our new and improved website. Find what you need fast. Browse your favorite products, add them to your cart, and check out in just a few quick steps. Choose between convenient in-store pickup or let us handle the heavy lifting. From our shelves to your doorstep. Skip the lines, shop your way, and spend more time on what matters most. With our rewards program, enjoy incredible savings and personalized offers every time you shop. Shop online now at strachanvantil.com or download our app today.
Hi, I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. If you're a contractor, it's my job to make your insurance coverage simple and affordable. Because I know time is money, I'll come to your business. Certificates and bonds are a snap. Wherever you are, whatever business you're in, we've got you covered. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Company's insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
From lighting up Friday night football to powering the classrooms that shape the students of Lake County, IBEW Local 697 is proud to support our region's schools and the communities we call home. A career as a union electrician could be your next great move. Your next cap might be a hard hat. IBEW Local 697, powering futures, powering the region.
Welcome back to Valparaiso High School, where Merrillville, the number 2 ranked Merrillville Pirates defeat the Valparaiso Vikings 48-21. We will wrap things up here. Time to hand out some of the post-game awards. It's time to name the Crowell Companies Lantern Man Superhero of the Game. Crowell Companies have offices open from 9 o'clock to 7 o'clock Monday through Friday and Saturdays till 2 o'clock in Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City. The Crowell Companies Lantern Man Superhero of the Game tonight was...
And we're going to go with Michael Hill. How do you not go with him? I think he was serving popcorn when Merrillville was on defense up here, because he had 200 yards rushing, 200 yards passing, 2 rushing touchdowns, and 3 passing touchdowns. So he had his finger in 5 touchdowns tonight. What a performance by Hill! And he's only a sophomore or a junior. That was his coming out party tonight. He just played outstanding.
So moving along, it's time to name the blue-collar player of the game, brought to you by Boilermakers Local 374. Earn while you learn with Boilermakers Local 374.
And we're going to go with the first man in the ice bath tonight is going to be Gage Finley. 2 touchdowns. 18-yard catch from Hosick at the 9-minute mark, and also Gage Finley with a 15-yard carry that came at the start of the second quarter when Valparaiso was starting their comeback. Gage Finley had his hand in it. He had back-to-back touchdowns for the Vikings. Did a great job. 2 touchdowns over 80 yards rushing tonight against a brutal, physical Merrillville defense. And kudos to the Valpo offensive line showing up tonight, giving him some running room today.
And now it's time to name the proud to be union play of the game, presented by Ironworkers Local 395. Ironworkers Local 395. Go to ironworkers395.com to start your future as a union ironworker.
All right, don't be laughing at me as I'm falling out of my chair, Leo.
And tonight's play of the game tonight was,
and that is Hill to Rynell Lewis, a Superman diving catch. Right there, he lets this baby fly at the 10-yard line. He's thrown it all the way to the 40 on the other side. What an amazing pass. Some almost 55 yards for a junior quarterback. And Rynell Lewis just dives completely out. And, Leo, you had a great call on it. He called it the Superman catch. He dove completely stretched out and was able to come up with the catch. What a great connection there. Hill to Lewis, then that became a popular theme throughout the second half.
And Lewis would also add a touchdown later in the fourth quarter to really put this one out of reach for the Pirates. That was tonight's Ironworkers 395 play of the game, presented by Ironworkers Local 395, Union Strong. Time to thank everyone involved with this evening's broadcast, to our management team at Region Sports: Chris Ramirez, Rich Castillo, Heather Ames, Zach Miller, and Mike Dewan. To my broadcast partner, Jay Simmons. To our crew tonight, Zach Sinelli doing an outstanding job producing, getting us on the air and keeping us there. Martin Murillo being able to keep track of all the action on camera and bring you that coverage. The coaches of each side, Brad Cease from Merrillville and Bill Marshall of Valparaiso. The athletic directors, Merrillville's Amy Beckham and Valparaiso's Stacy Adams. And to the viewers at Facebook/Region Sports Nation, YouTube/Region Sports, regionsports.com, the IHSAA Champions Network. This is Leo Stodder thanking you for watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.